WIFTV-PM.
Nigga, that's the court. You know what I'm saying? You see that they tearing the shit down, though, man. I remember back in the day, everybody used to be out here joking and shit, man. This your boy, young fella, man. You know what I'm saying? Tearing our shit down, nigga. Come on, nigga. Fuck with those. 60638 to the world, blow, though. You understand?
On this road from a boy to a man with no one to hold my hand. Shit, I'm just praying that I make it home safe. You never know what to expect when living life up in the jacks. One wrong step could be the reason you don't make it home safe. Gang writings on the walls, niggas running from the laws. But through it all, we just really trying to make it home safe. Navigating the obstacles of the streets can be one hell of a feat. Think it's sweet, you might not make it home safe. A bunch of children of the ghetto, unaware of the shit that awaited us all. Staring at the letter CVL spray painted on walls. Was just a tender boy, son of a single mother, expecting a baby girl. Now yet subjected to this crazy world. And at this time I'm thinking life was all Saturday morning cartoons and action figures, not knowing that as I get bigger that shit'll get dark soon. Them cap guns turned to broke revolvers with bodies on them. Some rebel, some took to the streets cause ain't nobody want them. I went from mama's boy to child of the streets, a child of deceit. I was young and running wild in the streets, hanging with folks them, but I wouldn't plug. They just accepted me, gave me some lit, told me fear no Vic, that was the recipe. Can't run the streets if you know you got poor endurance. Stay on point cause proper preparation prevents poor performance. Had to look, listen, and learn to peep the underhanded. Barely surviving, striving for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Hit the county couple times, felt like I was stuck in time. Family looking at me like I lost my motherfucking mind. Coming home from school high, mommy tweaking, cursing me out. I holler, fuck you, bitch. Grab some of my shit, then leave the house. Graduated to selling crack and weed. Made a couple bucks, but I was getting whooped. Blind to the tricks of the older clucks. Got stumped out by the police. For a young nigga in these cold streets, it ain't no peace. All that speedball and get your brains left on a slow leak. Mommy moved us to the burbs. That created bigger issues. I'm on the metro headed to the hood with weed scales and pistols. Folks got jumped. It's go time. Now I think I'm a hitter. We never found them niggas. A blessing that I ain't have to pull a trigger. I thought I was too live with that bullshit 2-5. Trying to be something I wasn't. I was living true lies. To the memory of all my niggas left deceased, I post some liquor in your honor, hoping that you rest in peace. On this road from a boy to a man with no one to hold my hand. Shit, I'm just praying that I make it home safe. You never know what to expect when living life up in the jacks. One wrong step could be the reason you don't make it home safe. Gang writings on the walls, niggas running from the laws. But through it all, we just really trying to make it home safe. Navigating the obstacles of the streets can be one hell of a feat. Think it's sweet, you might not make it home safe.
A woman died after being shot multiple times while sitting in a car in the LeClaire Courts neighborhood.
Courtney Guzman is live at Mount Sinai Hospital.
Wake up early in the morning, think about money. Boy, I gotta get my shit. Walk in the motherfucking mall and you know about all hell yeah, gotta drip my shit. Talk my shit like a motherfucking boss, hell yeah, young nigga stay with that bitch. Smoking on Zai, you can smell it in the car when I open up the doors like you hit that shit. Brand new Glock with a beam on top and I just bought me an extendo clip. Pull up with the mop and we let off them shots, give a fuck about no cops, no we ain't gon' slip. My niggas got jobs and some of them rob, but all my other niggas whipping that shit. If you wake up early in the morning, think about money, better go get that shit. Better go get that shit, better go flip that shit. Yeah, yeah. My brother was in the kitchen, I seen him whipping them bricks. Yeah, yeah. I seen him cooking the pot, I seen him whip up them rocks, I seen him fuck up the block. He used to do that a lot. They stuck him up and I got shot. Damn, that's when my motherfucking life changed. I don't hang around no crowds or a dice game. 4-5 and they got a nice aim. It'll take a nigga for a ride like a night train. Whatever I want, I'ma cop it. Tap my phone, keep my cash in my pocket. Black card in the stash in my wallet. Money long and you bitches can't stop it. No, niggas don't like it. That hoes get excited when they see me out with my bae. We be at strip clubs and looking at booties and throwing them dollars, but no, she not gay. We got a baby that growing in her stomach and he be a boy, I'ma give him a name. I'ma teach him how to go get the guala. Like his father, he gon' run up them dollars. Ayy, wake up early in the morning, think about money. Boy, I gotta get my shit. Walk in the motherfucking mall and you know about all hell yeah, gotta drip my shit. Talk my shit like a motherfucking boss, hell yeah, young nigga stay with that bitch. Smoking on Zai, you can smell it in the car when I open up the doors like you hit that shit. Brand new Glock with a beam on top and I just bought me an extendo clip. Pull up with the mop and we let off them shots. Give a fuck about no cops, no, we ain't gon' sin. My niggas got jobs and some of them rob, but all my other niggas whipping that shit. If you wake up early in the morning, think about money, better go get that shit. I gotta go get it, I gotta go flip it, I gotta go make me some money. Now I'm all in my bag, I'm making them mad and giving these bitch niggas nothing. Niggas think cause I'm a daddy now that I won't put their ass in a bucket. Got that Glock on my waist, I up it, bullets hot like a motherfucking oven. You know I turn up like hello, you know I ball like Carmelo. I got a bitch with a big old booty and you know that thing sound like some jello. When I'm sipping that dog, I feel mellow. I done it all like Shawty Ello. I don't fuck around with these rat niggas cause I'm somebody that they can tell on. Yeah, niggas don't like it, that hoes get excited when they see me out with the gang. They know that we got it, if they ever tried, then they gon' need help to come pick up they brains. Smoking exotic, you know this shit tropic, these other niggas just be making up names. So every day I gotta go get a bag, my daddy died, then I turned to a dad. Ayy, wake up early in the morning, think about money, boy I gotta get my shit. Walk in the motherfucking mall and you know about all hell yeah, I gotta drip my shit. Talk my shit like a motherfucking boss, hell yeah, young nigga stay with that bitch. Smoking on Zai, you can smell it in the car when I open up the doors like you hit that shit. Brand new Glock with a beam on top and I just bought me an extendo clip. Pull up with the mop and we let off them shots, give a fuck about no cops, no we ain't gon' sin. My niggas got jobs and some of them rob, but all my other niggas whipping that shit. If you wake up early in the morning, think about money, better go get that shit.
Chip on my shoulder, big as a boulder. From all the years I've been doubted, left out, and simply looked over like niggas ain't see the massive potential. I see murder weapons where all you see's a pad and a pencil.
That's why we shine wherever we go. 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 Lord, Lord. Welcome to the mind of a pothead. On my head, see a young nigga got dressed. We don't give a fuck what the cop said. I'm living a legacy. So even when I die, I am not dead. Nigga, I am not dead. Fuck with me.
Finished 6.25-mile run. Why do some people look so cute when they run? I mean, I've got my...
Move, bitch! Get out my fucking way! It's Black History Month!
I just finished 6.25-mile run. Why do some people look so cute when they run? I mean, I've got my...
Move, bitch! Get out my fucking way! It's Black History Month!
Welcome. What is happening, good people? Welcome to this Tuesday edition of I Said What I Said. We are live from the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios. And if you did not know, it is Black History Month. Also, if you did not know, Tucson and I are not cursing for this entire month, so I cannot repeat that fantastic video, but I love it. I promise you we're going to play it again because it was great.
Move, lady, get out the way!
Right? Love it, miss it. Hope y'all are doing well. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this edition of I Said What I Said. Each and every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m., we get together right here with you guys, and we discuss issues that are impacting the black community, how those issues impact us as individuals, and also how they impact us as a collective. And along with your help, we talk through many of these issues in hopes of finding the optimum solutions for how we can overcome those issues. Again, overcome them as individuals, but perhaps more importantly, overcome them as a collective. Thank y'all so very much for choosing to be a part of this conversation. Thank y'all for continuing to help it grow. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, anything at all, feel free to do so. We will read through as many of your comments as possible while we go through the show. We do kindly request that you please share the broadcast, share it in your personal page, share it even within your personal network. Anyone that you think would add value to or find value in this particular conversation, we welcome them to be a part of the discussion. For it is our belief that the more like-minded individuals we can get to be a part of this discussion, the better the opportunities we have of finding those optimum solutions going forward. So please share the broadcast. Again, this is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. We think it is the blackest conversation in America. My name is Herb. His name is Two. What's happening, good brother?
What up, though, family? I'm blessed and highly favored. How you?
Man, ain't nothing to it, man. I'm feeling good, man. Dude is coming with all my energy right now, man. Like shout out to the ancestors. I'm not gonna repeat, but he's coming with all the energy right now.
Move, woman, get out the way.
White lady in there talking about whatever she's talking about.
Black History Month.
Fuck it, I got $1. Move, bitch! Get out the way. It's Black History Month. Dang it, I can't open myself up to curse because I accidentally cursed twice. I wasn't even trying to drop the F-bomb. I was willing to pay for the B. I wasn't willing to pay for the F, but I dropped it anyway, man. That was hilarious. Yeah, it's cool. I got it. Let's figure this out. So anyway, if y'all don't know, for the entire month of February, for Black History Month, Tucson and I have committed to not cursing. So this is our curse jar. Every time we curse, we got to put $1 in the jar. Yesterday got us for about $6 or $7. It is here in the jar, and today I just got us for $2 more. So let me put that in the jar. I don't have any singles. I'll just put a 5 in there because it'll cost me. You got 5 singles?
Put your 2 in there. No, put the 5 in there.
And then you gonna give me $3 back?
Yep. I got change.
No, you just cheated yourself.
You put the 5 in.
Yeah, but that's your money.
You're right. I did.
There you go.
Much better.
Oh, now put that in there. Anyway, now we good. So as we go through the show, anytime we curse throughout this entire month, we will be adding $1 to the curse jar, and at the end of the month, we will be donating the curse fund to a charity or community organization of our choice. So
the curse fund sounds hilarious.
The curse fund. Well, that's what Adrian called all the funds. I think she started with the V-Cut fund.
Oh, okay.
Remember that? When she was talking about trying to get some guys on Relationship Friday? She's like, we need a V-Cut fund.
With the V-Cut joint?
Yeah. So it's always a fund now. Everything is a fund. And this is the curse fund. So there it is right now. It's at, $8, $9 or something like that.
You're doing good, though. For
Adrian said, y'all need a bucket.
For a day and 10 minutes? We're at 9. We're doing pretty good.
No, we're doing quite well. I'm proud of ourselves so far, and it's a win-win, right? So I don't feel that bad when we drop one. I feel bad because I let it go and I didn't want to, but I'm not gonna feel that bad when end of the month we send $150 to some organization that is doing good in the community. That'd be cool too. We'll see how it goes.
The whole month, you think we only go get to 150?
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I know somebody yesterday was like, y'all should do $20. We was like, then what we gonna live?
Yeah.
Like,
I couldn't pay my mortgage.
Right? Like that ain't gonna work out. Y'all feel free to play along, man. Y'all feel free to play along with us. If y'all find yourself cursing during the show, add $1. You know what I'm saying? We'll add it to the tip jar. If you find yourself cursing, send $1. We'll put it in the tip jar. We'll add it to it, and it'll go to some organization at the end of Black History Month. Again, man, I hope y'all are doing something extra to observe Black History Month. I know, the Iswis family being who we are, we don't need a month or a day to celebrate how black we are. We black as hell. We proud of it all the time, and that's just how we gonna roll. Look at K Steele. He talking about F that. 150 in one day, John Cooper saying. Hey, I bet you we've had shows where we dropped 150 curse words.
Oh, we had somebody counting on YouTube, and they said we dropped about 35 in like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But
hey, man, I'm from 95th Street. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Speaking of 95th Street, let's swing on over to the production studio and holler at our good brother, Ron Rilla.
Speaking of 95th Street.
Ron, what's happening, King?
Low down homes over there.
Man, what's going on, y'all?
You had you a little foray into 95th Street, into the Loden Homes,
what
into
you know
Princeton
about 95th
Park.
Street, Ron?
What's going on? How was your little toe dipping into 95th Street this weekend?
Man, we just chilled out with some Netflix and
Ron had a
Netflix and
in the
chill.
projects. What color's our front door? Green.
I hate you. I hate you. Gosh darn it, I hate you. You said Netflix and chill.
Yeah, we didn't even make it out, man. Traffic.
Ain't Netflix and chill ain't that like code word for we kind of put on a movie just to beat the Doonies?
And if you watch some of the movie, then nah. You got if you just put it on and went straight to smashing.
So is that about how much time y'all spend watching the movie, whether or not it's Netflix and chill? So how much time in before you can count it as Netflix and chill?
You got at least give it like 30, 35.
So if you watch 30 minutes of the movie, that means it is Netflix and chill or it's not?
That's when you can start touching, you know what I'm saying? That's when it's appropriate.
That's when you can start touching. 30 minutes in is when you can start touching.
Appropriate.
That's hilarious. Ron, where's the first touch?
God.
Right? So this y'all first time. Y'all don't have no history for real like that. Y'all ain't got involved yet. It's y'all first time getting involved. Y'all chilling. You feel like this probably gonna be the time. You feel me? How do you kick that off?
Man, it's usually the waist or the thigh.
A nice little waist touch, like a wrap around.
Yeah.
The waist right here, or touch that closest thigh to you.
Or the waist of the thigh, which is one closer.
Okay, and then what? We creep up and see if she gonna give you that whole hand or not.
Yeah, man.
If she don't give if she don't give you that yellow light hand, then we good. We good money now.
Good. Especially if they don't give you no look or nothing. They just keep looking at the movie.
Are we good?
They act like they don't even acknowledge it.
That's when you turn. That's
definitely good.
That's when you. That's when
Wait,
you
wait,
get.
I'm confused. I'm so confused. I'm too old.
It's
for
been a
this.
while for him. He
Right,
ain't had a first time in a long time.
That's true. I don't got to do all that no more. It's just I show up and it's good.
Rock them draws, shorty.
I'm kind of confused. So the least amount of attention that she gives you makes it better for you, is what you're saying. Seems like you're being used.
Nah, only initially. Only during that when you're trying to reach in.
Hey, my auntie Donna is here. Hey, auntie Donna,
Hey,
what's
Auntie
going on?
Donna. Okay. So if she don't give you any reaction while you groping her, you're good money.
Great money.
If she don't give you no attention while you groping her, maybe she's just ignoring you. Like, maybe if I just don't look,
He's
he'll
a
go away.
rapist. If I don't look,
he'll just go away. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I think if she don't give you that yellow light hand stop on the thigh, that's when you come with your quarter turn. You want to come with your quarter turn.
So what happened if she
And
gives
then
you the
you
yellow
need-
light? How do you respond? What's your backup plan?
Salty. You just
Salty.
You just give up right there?
You done? You cooked?
Oh God, Ron.
Jesus
Jesus
Christ,
Christ, G.
oh, you don't give up, man.
If at first you don't succeed,
You try and try again.
ain't you ever heard of live, fam?
Persistence will get you everywhere. You
If you
understand
are
me?
persistent, you will get it. If you are consistent, you will keep it. That's a rule to live by. Don't ever forget that.
I was just gonna say I'm keeping that one.
If you persistent, you'll get it.
You
If
like
you're
that low down
consistent,
homes, huh?
you'll keep it.
That's that wet, huh? She got that Aquafina,
I
huh?
said she was from there, not still there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Negro, you don't leave there.
That's true.
Hey, man, listen. If she don't
I'm just
respond
playing,
to your
man. I
touch,
love loaded homes, man.
hey, Shaka say if she don't respond to your touch, I'm lost. He said that ain't never happened. Shaka say he don't got no experience with this. She don't respond to my touch stuff you talking about. Okay, what's the topic of this? What? We ain't gotten into the topic yet. we just checking on Ron Weekend right now.
Yeah, we just had to check in with little bro, man.
What did I walk in?
Loaded Homes is a joint, though, man. Shout out to Loaded Homes,
Circle
man.
7 bread.
A
Shout
lot
out.
of my people still in Loaded Homes.
Oh no, I rock with Loading Homes, man. I got people in Loading Homes. I got family in there. I got
It's my homie Peace. Salute to Circle
Partners
7
in there?
brand. Shout out to Circle 7 brand Rodney, right? Rodney owns a Harrow's in Arizona.
shout out,
Big
salute,
thing.
big
also
respect,
a 95th Street representative. You know what I mean? We have you out here.
big respect.
Took a Harold's to Arizona.
Yep.
Much respect.
Yeah, getting a lot of money out here, man. Doing this thing.
Hey, cut your bread expenses in half. Only put one slice in the bottom of the demo. They don't need to. Nobody's eating it. You know what I'm saying?
It's Arizona, though. They eat the bread.
No, they eat the coleslaw.
It's Arizona. They eat the bread. I'm just saying.
It's definitely white bread.
Just saying.
Anyway, man, glad you had a good weekend, Ron. So wait. Did she hit you with the yellow light or what?
No, I told you all right. Previous history with this chick.
Oh, that deal
You
was already
beat
sealed.
the Doonies.
I don't know.
So
if he
you
beat
was good money.
I don't know if he
You
beat
ain't
the
had to turn-
Doonies.
I was good money anyway.
You ain't had to turn the Netflix on then.
But you still, you still have to turn it on. We supposed to go on a date. So you got.
So that was the date?
We
30 minutes of Netflix?
We were supposed to go on a date. but we
On her
didn't.
couch and Loaded
And
Homes?
then 35 minutes in, you touched her thigh or a waist.
This is the date? 30 minutes
no.
of Netflix
No, we
on
was-
her couch and Loaded Homes.
No, we were supposed to, but we didn't. We didn't go on a date. So Netflix.
So y'all
and
just
chill
snack
was
fist
the
and chill
Alternative.
for 35 minutes. Then you came with the hand with the thigh rub. And then what?
And she ain't hit you with the yellow light.
She ain't hit you with the yellow light.
You already beat the Doonies.
So now what's our next move? We don't get the yellow light. We do a quarter turn, right?
we
You
stopped
come with
watching
your
that
best
movie for a
kiss.
little while. We stopped watching the movie for a little while. You know.
We stopped watching the movie for a little while. And then what? We made a movie?
And then shit, if that movie ain't going off, and we put another movie back on.
You owe us $1. You come put $1 in this jar when you get a chance, okay?
Yeah, everybody in the studio got to pay for
Right,
their curses.
right.
Man.
You're
It's Black
gonna
History
be
Month.
talking on I said what I said. Your curse is gonna cost you $1. That's cool. That works. Come on over here. In that bright ass yellow suit. Come on, put it in here, man. Let the people see you. There you go, man. Oh,
Hey,
I love
but I
Rod,
love Lil
man.
Rod,
I swear
man.
to God,
I swear
I
to God.
love him. I love him. I can't.
That being
help
said, I can't really talk no more.
it. I can't help it. Shout out to Lil Rod, man. Glad you're doing well. I was checking out Book of Don earlier, man. Shout out to Don. BLD was good, man. She had the brother Dante Hall on there earlier. He is Chicago to the core. You know how Don do her Chicago quiz with every guest? His Chicago, he aced the Chicago quiz.
But her Chicago quiz is false anyway.
How? What you don't like about the
Some
Chicago
of her
quiz?
answers is off.
Why?
Like front room, living room. I ain't never heard nobody in their right mind call a living room the front room.
No, I'll say the front room.
Ain't the front room the living room?
I think I used to say the front
It depends
room.
on where you live in Chicago then, because all them questions kind of, she'll be like,
No, I say front room.
what barbecue space you like?
I say
Like,
both. I say living room and
what
front
Harold's
room.
Chicken is the one that's the joint. All them kind
Nah,
of
she
questions.
say Harold's or Uncle Remus.
Right, and this Southside people talking about Uncle Remus. Get out of here. She's like, yeah, Uncle Remus.
Because
Beat
they
it,
wild.
man. Beat it,
That's
man.
because that's her homegirl though.
Either way, your quiz is flawed. If you on the Southside talking about you eat Uncle Remus over Harold,
Yeah, them people just be tweaking.
you out of control.
Them people just be tweaking.
You out of control.
Yeah, but
I've only tasted Uncle Remus twice in my life. It's because
Yeah,
somebody else brought it around.
that's all you need because it's Harold's on the south
Yeah,
side.
it's trash. Get out of here. Harold's is
Beat
wild.
it. But dude gave good answers. He was on the Jewels, Aldi's, Gym Shoes, E-Way. Something else he came with. He was on point, man. Living room is I hear y'all in the living room, but I also say front room.
Yeah, I ain't never really heard that. In my neighborhood, it's the living room.
Yeah. No, I also say front room.
But
Look
when
in the
you
front.
get to- when you
It's in the front room.
Uncle Remus Harold's Chicken killed it for me. I don't that.
Oh, that's a real Chicago
But
debate.
that if you from the west side or the south side, if you're south side and you answer that and saying I eat Uncle Remus,
Yeah, they're tweaking.
your test has no validity anymore.
It ain't the test, it's that person. The person is tweaking.
But Don was agreeing with the answer.
Because Don is from everywhere. She from like Cabrini
be
and
from-
the Burbs
you-
and out west
you can't
and,
be from
and the
everywhere.
Gold Coast.
You can't be from everywhere. You can't be from everywhere, G. I lived in a lot of places. 95th Street is home.
95th Street is home.
Period.
She also says sneakers.
Another one. That's a flaw.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody says sneakers, G. That's new.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's always been gym shoes.
Sneakerhead. It's gym shoes.
Right? The people in New York say I'm gonna get some J's,
Yeah.
but it only means Jordans.
Right.
In Chicago, J's is any kind of jumpers.
I don't know about that. Jay's is
But
Jordans.
that's y'all new dudes, G. We like I'm finna go buy some J's. It don't mean I'm finna go buy some Jordans.
I say kicks. I'm
Matter
finna
of
go get
fact,
some
J's
kicks.
didn't even stand for Jordans. It stood for jumpers. That's what it stood for.
Okay. I'm with you when you're wrong. Listen, man, a few things we want to get into today. She said Don ain't ate chicken in 30. Candace say Don ain't ate chicken in 30 years, so
Hey,
she
shout out
don't
to
even know.
brother Sadiq and Cassie who just left out the studio because I'm on my 30-day vegan drip.
Yeah, buddy.
Got me a green juice in my I Said What I Said.
Get your I said what I
coffee
said
mug
mugs.
that you
They
could
15
cop
bucks.
at iswispod.myshopify.com.
Okay.
I did fix the website today.
Okay.
Shout out to RO Double because she helped me walk me through it because I surely was lost.
Robin Patrice coming through with the aid and assistance. This Iswis family is so amazing. And I just saw Sharia in here, so I know it's finna be some hilarious things going down. She say living room, front room is normal, sunroom is normal. Sunroom is if you had one
Sunroom.
that's in the front of the living room.
Man, y'all
Oh,
been
no,
living
actually-
around some white folks. I've never heard that at all.
Nah, so that's real. So like in my mama house, there's a sunroom in the front.
Ron,
of the
do they
front
have
room.
sunrooms in loaded homes?
And it's like all windows around. In my house, there's a sunroom in the back, like behind my bedroom. There's a sunroom. Hey, you are wilding. I'm not gonna take part in this loaded home slander.
I love loaded homes. It's the neighborhood. G. It is what it is. I just like saying it.
No, that's good
Matter of
stuff.
fact, it's not even called Princeton Park anymore. They changed it. It was, first of all, I didn't even know this.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought Princeton Park was CHA.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Nah.
It was privately owned.
Mm-hmm.
And they just sold it to another company and they've changed the name from Princeton Park. Now, Loaded Homes is CHA.
Right.
Right? But Princeton Park, which is the block behind
Right.
it, was privately owned. And they just sold it. I can't think of the new name, but it's like Willow Park or something. What's the name?
I've seen it. You're
No,
right.
it's the name of Beyonce's clothing line. It's Ivy Park. That's what it's called now. That's like changing the name of the Sears Tower
I've
to the
seen
Willis
some.
Tower. I'm never going to respect it. It's going to always be Princeton
Oh,
Park.
it's always the Sears Tower. I still call the White Sox Stadium Comiskey. And that was like 2-3 names ago.
That's true.
I never even jumped on the U.S. Cellular
Man,
bandwagon.
The U.S. Cellular joint.
I never even hopped on that one. Yeah, that probably makes sense for you. 'Cause how old are you, Ron?
29.
Yeah, you 5 years young. That might make sense for you, 5 years later for the U.S. Cellular thing to be more prevalent in your mind. But for me, it's going to always be Comiskey. And this I always forget that it's even called Guaranteed right now. That's not even a thing for real.
Yeah, I ain't never honoring that.
Yeah, that's foolishness, man.
Yeah, but it's Ivy Park now. But I ain't honoring that either. It's Princeton Park, period.
Yeah. Point Blank Pit and Lil Ron have a shorty in there in about 9 months.
Low down homes, baby. Going to the green door. What's behind the green door?
Did you shoot the club up?
I'm not even going to ask getting in that conversation.
Did you shoot the club up, Ron?
Of course not.
I wanted to know, man. I was asking. It's a question. Speaking of shooting the club up, Uncle Walt had a birthday.
What's wrong with this dude, man?
All I'm saying is Uncle Walt had a birthday.
I hope Uncle Walt is not listening.
Uncle Walt is 88. Uncle
Shout
Walt
out to
has.
Uncle Walter, man. Uncle Walter Beach turned 88 2 days ago, man. I just got off the phone with him. Said we're going to have him on sometime this week.
Yeah, we got to get Uncle Walt on this week to celebrate his birthday.
Talk to Uncle Walt.
And he's already making plans for his 90th, which we're going to leave that alone.
That's true.
But he's already making plans for his 90th.
Hey, I salute it, though, man. I salute it.
I'll say this.
To
Uncle
be
Walt,
here 90 years is strong.
Uncle Walt just turned 88. Uncle Walt got a 14-year-old son.
Hey,
okay?
Slow down. Uncle Walt is the man.
He is absolutely the man. I'm just saying y'all not living like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not out here living that way. Anyhow, and moving right along. Few things we want to get into today. Do you know your boy getting sued?
Who?
Ye.
That's not my boy, but no, I didn't know.
Ye is getting sued for $30 million. He is getting sued by the choir from Sunday service.
Really?
Members of the choir for Sunday service. I've heard anywhere from 150 to 1,000 people have joined in on this class action lawsuit, $30 million against Kanye, alleging inhumane labor conditions, and they said that they worked.
They was mad at them slave clothes they had to wear.
That's what it was. And then Kanye started taking it to heart. He like, these are my slaves. I own them. I own them. They said they worked for 24 hours straight, listen to this, without breaks or food.
So I went to Sunday service.
And they weren't paid, they said.
So shout out to my cousin Boog. Boog is in the Kanye camp.
Yeah, that's what we should have called Bug. Once I read the story, we should have called Bug.
Never.
No, and nor should he.
Nor should he.
Nor should he.
Never participate in this conversation.
We should have called him to defend his mans.
Yeah, he's not going to participate in this conversation. It's 100 people for 30 mil.
1,000 people for 30 mil.
Okay, straight up. That's hard. But I went to Sunday service.
Yeah.
Right? And I ain't going to lie to you, man. I'm not really a Kanye fan. And outside of his antics.
His music is fire, fam.
Even outside of his antics, I've not really been a fan since College Dropout. Even in regards to the music.
College Dropout is definitely his best album.
Even in regards to the music, I'm just not head over heels for Kanye like that. My old lady is. So they came and Boog's like, man, I'm gonna get y'all in the Sunday service. You can meet Ye and all that. So for me, it was a way to bring some happiness to my wife. So we did that whole joint. And I can't front, G. Sunday service is different, bro.
Fire.
It's a different experience.
You feel it, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? In no stretch of the imagination. But you could absolutely understand how powerful he's become in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting in the crowd, and I got a tendency to count money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the audience, and I'm talking about, bro, you can't move in this joint.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think it's free or $10. It's something cheap to get into Sunday service.
I have no idea.
But then there's like, special seats where you can get on the floor and all that. I'm sure people paying for that. But I'm just looking around, man. I didn't see very many black people at all. You know what I mean? And you could not move in that joint.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder in that joint. And when you think about Sunday service, man, he's up there like a orchestrator. You know what I mean? He's not really rapping or singing. He just
he's the choir director.
Pretty much. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, boy, this is brilliant. You really did learn the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's when your celebrity becomes greater than your gift, right? When people value just the fact that I'm in the space with Kanye, I don't really care what he's doing. I don't really care. And that's not to diminish the performance of the Sunday service, because it is fire, right? But it is to say he don't even got to come perform. Ain't like you coming to buy Ye's music. You just want to go to Ye's thing. His celebrity is even greater than his gift at this point.
But it's still a performance, though. Even him, it's still a performance. Like the man, it was at the UIC Pavilion, right? There's no stage.
Right.
These people are performing on a dirt mound, right? So he's importing the dirt into the gym, into the
dirt
auditorium,
from Egypt,
wherever it's from. It's a dirt mound, right? And they do like have some
dirt.
kind of like steps to get up in there, and you walk up on the dirt mound and you do your whole performance or whatever. And they all run around in their slave clothes, and it's interesting. You know what I mean? It's really interesting, man. It blew my mind. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? It blew my mind, and I'm still not a fan of his music, but he does a lot of stuff around business. He does a lot of stuff even around music. Like you can't deny at some levels it's genius.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But they say it's a thin line between genius and insanity, and I fully think he walks that line.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I fully think he walks that line.
yeah. I think he does too, man. As far as the allegations go, obviously I'm not gonna make a declaration on that.
He's a creative. I can see you working for 24 hours and thinking the rest of the creatives is just with you.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you go back to College Dropout. What did he say? I locked myself in the basement for 3 summers. I deserve to do these numbers. So when you come in and you put that kind of work in, you expect that, hey, you want to be in my choir? This the kind of work you got to put in. Where your work ethic at? Right?
And I wouldn't even say
now y'all want to come back and sue me for $30 million?
But and when you operating within this creative space, you don't even see it as labor intensive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because this is what I'm into.
This is what I like to do.
Right. This drives me. So I can see you being, all right, man, we can make this happen in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, if that's what you like, that's just what you do. It's not a big deal. It don't really seem like work like
labor. Right.
Nah. I can remember, spending, nights and long nights in the coaching office with my other coaches, just game planning and talking ball and just writing on the board and looking at film. And it's like, is it 3:00 in the morning, fam? What are we doing here, fam?
Right.
Like, and we get paid pennies to coach like high school football for real. But anyhow. I get it. But I will say this. If them people were that upset, I bet you they went and did the next show. Like, y'all went and did the next show after this one? Like, nah. So now y'all want to come back, and if you read the article, it reads kind of weird. The language is you pay attention to the language in the article, and it gets interesting because they say stuff like, well, we had X amount of people initially on the lawsuit, and then we start looking for other people to join the lawsuit. How y'all going to seek out people to say that this dude owed him some money?
YouTube said you slipped, you owed the jar $1. So you put
What'd
the
I
5
say?
in, so you up. We up. You still got one left on the 5.
I ain't gonna cheat. I didn't put the $5 in. No, I gave you the $5.
No, I gave you the change, didn't I?
Yes, you gave me 5 cents.
Oh, you're right.
You keep trying to get your little $2 away. I'm gonna take it. You keep on.
I ain't paying that much attention. Ron, on that cord, you see anything, brother? On the charger cord.
I want to know what I said.
Yeah, because it's getting light out here. I don't know what you said, but
I believe
they
y'all.
keeping counting in the thing.
I believe y'all. Anyhow, I think that the people, they just should not allow themselves to be mistreated for that long of a time. If you really feel like you're being mistreated. Now, if you're excited that you're on the tour and y'all performing every day and you're doing your thing and you with Ye and you on the Sunday service, then cool, rock. Don't come back later like we need to sue him, especially if y'all got to go dig up people like, hey, I just wanted to call you and let you know that we are filing this class action suit against Kanye West, and I want to know if you want to get in on it because we're going to be dividing up $30 million between 150 people. Now it's 1,000 people on this joint. Like, it's like that's, I don't know, whatever. I just feel like if all those people were really pissed, if you had 1,000 people working for this dude that were all pissed off about a tour that ended in 2019. I think they did like one show maybe early last year. Come on. Like, what we doing?
How much money can you make singing in the choir? I don't have
in what choir?
Any choir. Like Kirk Franklin's
I don't
choir.
know.
I mean, the best choir.
God's Property? GP, are you with me?
I would assume that whatever money you make in singing in the choir, it doesn't compare to.
It can't be that much. It's 1,000 people in that joint.
But even if it's 1,000 people, or whatever it is, I can't see it aligning with whatever it is Ye's doing. I plug it up over here, G. Yeah, just bring it. Everybody know you in the room, dog.
It's all right, Ryan. We need that charger. We appreciate you.
Ron trying to be professional. Salute to Ron.
Yeah, get out of here.
Learning things over there.
Get out of here with your club shooting up stuff. So you saying like if they in the choir, then what?
I just don't think being in the choir is a very lucrative job. Now, I don't know, you attach that to a national selling choir, I still don't know what that kind of money breaks down to. It doesn't give you the kind of visibility that, say, being in Kanye's choir is going to give you.
Right.
Right? So, whatever the top-selling gospel album is, I would almost bet.
Yeah,
I know for a fact that the Jesus album that Kanye came out with, it was #1 globally.
Yeah.
That's not, that's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a different conversation. That's Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, you being a part of that choir, let's say you get XY percentage, being part a small percentage, but being a part of that global conversation would probably be better than having a large percentage in something that's just #5 in America, #1 in America. You know, I would assume that the payout is fairly lucrative. I would at least assume, but I don't know.
But again, what I'm saying is like if you felt that way, then why did you keep doing this? And why didn't we hear about it then? But once some lawyers come like, hey, we can sue him for this. Like, oh, Well then, let me get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that goes back to the conversation we
because
had yesterday.
I guarantee you, every member of that choir, if you read their resume since that tour, first thing is on the tour is I sang in Kanye's
But be
choir
clear,
for Sunday
though,
service.
Some of them dudes was popping outside of Kanye. Like they in a different world. You know what I mean? But they wasn't like he's in Trinity's choir. It wasn't them kind of cats.
Yeah, first of all, I don't do Trinity choir
I'm
because
not
Trinity's
doing
choir
Trinity.
is
I'm
smacking.
I rock with Trinity, but either way, these dudes is already legitimate
Nah,
artists.
I feel you,
know
bro.
what I mean?
But there had to be some type of draw to them for them to come do this. Other than
Kanye.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if that's what you were there for, why 2 years later you coming back talking about I owe y'all a collective $30 million? Cut the crap.
Because they can get it.
Okay.
And what I say the other day, the only rule is win. Right? Even Jesus. There's no morality attached to Jesus no more.
No. You sang Sunday choir service
If I can win, I'm going to
for
win.
a year and a half, and then you come back and sue the director and say, he ain't passed enough, he ain't fed us, he ain't give us a break. He didn't give you a break for 24 hours. How can Kanye not give you a break for 24 hours? What do you mean? Like, hey, I got to pee. No, you don't.
Yeah, he probably
Yes, I do.
He probably typing around that music, though, G.
I'm sure. What I'm saying is this. I've been standing up for 15 hours. We've been singing. We done a million takes of this song. I got to go to the bathroom, and I'm hungry. Haven't eaten yet. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to lay down. Then get out. I'm out there, fam.
Howard Trapp says backup singers make $103,000 a year.
Who's backup singers?
Right. But if they even at the top of the bottom,
I know artists that have backup singers, and those artists don't make $103,000 a year. So the backup
that
singers.
changes the context.
So I'm saying, who's backup singers?
So if you a legitimate artist that's out there,
Beyonce's backup singers, $103,000.
I guess that would make it different.
Yeah.
But Kanye would be the biggest artist.
Yeah, we factor into that, but not 1,000 people though. Beyonce don't got 1,000 backup singers. It's 3 or 4 of them. It's the same ones every night. You know what I'm saying? That's a different conversation.
I don't know. I think Ye is a different kind of dude.
The musicians, all the band
I could
people
never
playing.
say what he has and has not done.
I'm not.
You know what I mean? So if you feel like you got to, sue him on in case of the Jesus album.
Okay, so Howard is saying that's the average price, and so he's saying like some that may be with the Beyoncés of wherever the world, they may be higher, and then other people who are below that bring the median down, so it's averaging about to around 103. Cool, I guess that's cool.
It ain't 300 million.
It's not 300 million.
That's a lot of money.
Who making 300 million? That's what Ye worth?
That's what they suing for.
No, 30 million.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 300.
Yeah, 1,000 people for 1,000 people for 30 million, which is still bananas.
Still bananas.
Bananas. Especially y'all got to go find people. These people weren't even pissed. These people didn't even call you and say I want to sue Ye. Y'all called them. You got the first 10 people that wanted to be in the class like sue, and they start calling other people like, "Hey, wasn't you there that day we worked at a full day?"
Devin said, "What they think? Yeah, the Hamiltons." Now they dope though. I can't front. The choirs is dope.
I am David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations. No, I just think that's kind of wild. I just think that's kind of wild. And if they actually were abused, then shame on Ye, right? But also shame on y'all for being abused from city to city. Leave. I'm out. That's all I'm saying. Come back and sue 2 years later. Okay, cool. Ye was also in the news. Once I saw this story, I clicked on that story to read that, and then I saw a couple other Ye stories. One was that they might be getting a divorce, him and Kim K. Is that a real thing? Somebody tell me if that's Ron, is that a thing? Are they getting divorced?
Yeah, it's real.
Like they filed for it, or people just know that they having issues?
The issues, I don't know about the filing part, but the issues is there all over the internet.
Yeah. So
I don't engage in them kind of conversation.
No, I don't want to have that conversation. I'm at least to this conversation. The other thing that I saw once I was reading the Sunday service lawsuit piece was the divorce piece, and then there is a YouTuber that people are saying Ye was having an affair with. The YouTuber
man
is a man that cross dresses, long pink hair, super drastic makeup, deep blue, all kind of like the photo. I sent you the whole article. Like it's a man, right? Then they said this was the person that Ye was having an affair with. Now, I personally would have just ignored it. I wouldn't have thought anything about it, except for the fact that the YouTuber, who they are alleging that Kanye was in an affair with, came out and said, these allegations are false. Me and Kanye were not involved in a relationship. that part of it was like, that made me be like, then y'all probably were. You know what I'm saying? You don't follow.
Yeah, why not go for the clout?
Yeah, like if you
See, that's that young shit.
Nope. No, it's not.
Sounds suspicious.
You got a YouTuber, right, who apparently has some kind of acclaim. I've never seen this person before. I don't know what they YouTube about, but apparently has some type of acclaim and following. You have a YouTuber that a lot of people are alleging was in a relationship with Kanye West. If you are a YouTuber, you have one of two choices. If you are in a relationship with him, you don't say anything, right? You just let it go. You just let the story build up. It's good for your brand, right? But unless you actually messing with Ye, I mean, if this is not happening, listen to me.
Both of y'all just said that. Both of y'all agree with each other on that shit, right?
Yes.
Both of y'all are way younger than me, right? I think that's what's wrong with y'all's generation.
Oh, snap.
No,
Here we
so
go with
serious.
the millennial crap.
Come on. But it ain't just the millennial. It's about how the conversation that I was having yesterday. The only rule here is to win. Like Ron's response was clout. You can get clout off that. Gee, where is your honor? Where's your honor? Even as a tranny, if I didn't do this to this man, that tranny would know how that would affect that man's real life. I respect it as honor. Like, man, that's not real. I'm not honoring you dispelling this man's name. I'm not honoring you shitting on this man's name. Just like the T.I. case or any other rape case or any other taking advantage of a human being case. A lot of them people I found not guilty. I might have, how many?
2.
Okay. I might have said it.
I can you change.
But my point in saying all of that is that there's no comeback from that. When you're found not guilty, when you're found innocent, that story.
Oh, the apology is never as loud as
accusation. It never gets out there, right?
Trust me.
So from an honorable standpoint, why can't we say that the transsexual person is being honest and recognizes the validity in a statement if he doesn't say anything? It's just honor attached to that. But our whole society was like, man, you questioning his truth or his statement.
Yes, because he said it was false. I think it was true. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's how warped our minds are.
But too, it's more to the story though. If you get into it, they actually know each other. Like they hung.
Well,
out.
he can't know a tranny. I mean, he's into fashion.
So the guy's name or person's name is Jeffree Star, and Cherie says Jeffree Star is now dating some black athlete proudly.
Gee, true story, right? I used to do a lot of stuff with fashion.
Oh,
met this little gay dude from Columbia College.
Okay,
but I'm a hood dude,
right?
So I bring him back to this. We had a store on 71st and Jeffrey because he knows stuff I don't know.
Eastside crazy.
I could care less about his homosexuality.
Of course,
it doesn't bother me.
Doesn't matter.
Right? I ain't engaged there.
Right.
But I bought him around, and dudes was looking at me like I just stole something.
Right.
But it's how small our minds are. I'm not living in this world.
Yeah, I don't.
This dude has information that I want to learn. I don't. Who cares what he do when he leave here?
Doesn't matter.
Right? But that's the mindset of those small-minded people looked at me in a certain way. But the same mindset of those small-minded people was buying products from me.
Yeah.
Dude had information I needed to get. I don't care how you feel about it.
No, it doesn't matter. Like I don't care at all. Right? We could be as cool as you ever want to be. It doesn't bother me at all. Like homosexual, straight, trans, whatever. Do your shit. Right? Damn. Wait, that count too?
What?
The D word count too?
It's a curse, ain't it?
I don't think
so. You want to add on to the yeah. So I'll give you the one. We'll give you the one.
Okay. We can say HE double hockey sticks or no?
I guess we make the rules as we go. We're gonna stop bending the rules. It's cussing. That's what the cussing is.
Any of the cussing?
Any cussing.
All right, well, let me put the other dollar there. Any cussing, including HE double hockey sticks and ASS.
And the L word.
What's the L
lie?
word?
You can't say lie either.
You a lie?
Yeah, that ain't a cuss. You been listening to white people.
I couldn't say when I was a shorty, but all I'm saying is this: like when I say that his denial of the allegation and Cherie came with more information, which also makes me think, oh, he's trying to save his own relationship now. He can't really say that this was happening with Ye because he's in a relationship with this other black athlete, right? What I'm saying is, if it weren't true, he just don't say nothing. Who are you to like?
You throwing me under the bus. Why can't I say nothing?
How am I throwing you under the bus?
If he's not really in a relationship with Kanye,
right?
Why? And you're using me as a prop to say Kanye's in this transactional relationship, and I'm the dude you're talking about, or the girl.
Did you say transactional or transactional?
Whatever the pronoun is that you're talking about, I could, from a moral standpoint, from an honorable standpoint, I should be man enough or woman enough to say, nah, man, that's just not true.
T. Renee say, her, put your wallet in there. just throw it in there.
That's just not true.
Unbelievable. Okay. I hear you. I really do hear you. And you're right. What you're saying is right. You're just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was no, then they would just left it alone and not said a single word. Just leave it alone. And however your name bubble off this, it bubbles off this. Especially if you get paid from clicks and people coming to your YouTube page.
And the way he announced the no, like he made
value about how much clout and recognition you can get off of this.
But he made a big deal out of the no.
Why can't the value be honesty?
Because how he did it too, he made a big deal out of it. Like he went on internet like, this day I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened on this day, and this tune in.
Because he's part of the same sick generation y'all part of, and he's leveraging it for clout too. Even if it's just being honest.
How you know how it is?
It's just like LeBron. I'm gonna have an announcement.
He might be
what
44.
team I'm getting traded to. It's the announcement. Man, just go.
Just bounce.
Just go.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I just if I had to bet this jar, I would say it's true. That's just what I would say. You know, whatever. Anyway, we're moving along from Ye. The fact is he's being sued by 1,000 people who said that they worked under strenuous conditions during the Sunday service tour. I think that is unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate. If they were mistreated, it's unfortunate. If they accepted that mistreatment, it is unfortunate. Now that they're coming back 2 years later to sue this man when y'all was all so proud to tour around the country and even once internationally to be a part of Sunday service, that's also unfortunate. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all was happy to be there. Stay happy to be there.
Hey, man. Good luck. Good luck.
I'm sure it'll get settled for somewhere well under $30 million.
But back to that conversation.
But they'll get something.
Says celebrity and aspiration. That's part of it, right? If we could have a data set of how many celebrities get sued per year, the average civilian wouldn't even believe it. You know, and those cases, some of them cases get settled out of court. That doesn't mean that they're guilty. Now it's just easier to give you this money than to keep dealing with this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like there's people who are professional lawsuit people. Like that.
That's all they do. That's all they do is find lawsuits because they know you got so much money. You got more money than it's worth to fight.
I ain't never even met you, but I'm gonna keep filing lawsuits because it makes more
sense
for you to pay me
than to drag it out. I know how much your lawyers cost $500 a minute.
That's ridiculous.
So instead of paying them to go through this whole litigation,
but that's a symptom of the sickness of our society. That's the symptom of the sickness of this society where there are no rules.
Where's the sickness start? Is the sickness starting at those people being vultures and opportunists and manipulating the system, or does the sickness start in the fact that so many people are left outside of the realm of opportunity, and so they find ways to sneak in?
The sickness starts with the concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's period, right? Value is capitalism by its very essence means that somebody has to be at the bottom. And those people at the bottom in the wealthiest country in the world where materialism creates your value are going to do whatever it takes to get to the value asset. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it be people that sit in their living room all day or their sunroom all day, whatever you call it, and file lawsuits, or the shorty with the pistol that's pulling you about your whip, they got the same mindset. That's the kind of that's the theme of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This conversation I was trying to have.
Mm-hmm.
When this is how this system is designed, these are the results that you're going to eventually get. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get away from it.
So Cherie raises a point, and she says, come on, Herb. People put up with all sorts of stuff at their W-2 job, and they don't quit. I'm just saying. And I say true. She's absolutely right. But they also don't get to go back and sue that employer, right? You chose to be here every day. You let this goofy manager, boss person treat you all kind of ways, ask you to do all this crazy stuff that's outside of your job description. I'm quick on the job description piece. Like if I have a contract with you and it says my job is this, when you say, hey, go do this thing outside of my job description, false, fam. That's not me. That's for somebody else to do.
See,
or we can bounce. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Here goes nuance, though.
Mm-hmm.
Here goes nuance, though, right? People go into them jobs with the same kind of mindset, though.
What you mean?
It's still a subservient mindset, right? You're going to go do what the boss say, right? Goes back to the conversation I was having the other day about, as black men, can you be a full man if you're not a protector and a provider? And then you think of, what our aspiration is, even at the top of our elite class, is to be to work for somebody else. So essentially, that somebody else is the protector and the provider for your family. Right? So, you hear statements like, we all can be entrepreneurs. Well, that's because this system has created an identity that is wrapped into this said system. There was life and society before the system existed. And everybody was an entrepreneur per se.
Yeah, no, they
but
were.
You had to figure out your own way.
They sold what their gift was.
Whatever it was.
And whether you sold it, whether you traded, bartered for it, whatever it was, what your gift was your business. And now everybody want to do the same 4 or 5 things. And that's how we're taught. You go to school, you go do this or you do that, you do this and you do that. And it's like, nah, tap into who you are. Find out what your gift is. That gift might be writing. You might be the poet around this joint.
But
it might be any one of any other things. And then you sell that. That is your business.
But the socialization here only supports the system.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless you be like,
but I just want you to
I'm
think
straight
about
off
how
that.
powerful that system is. We'll justify any behavior to fit into said system.
Agreed.
So whether it means I got to sell some box to get i.e. car, it ain't just to get i.e. car, it's to get a value asset or get my footing in said system. Right? I'll say Michael Jackson touched me. 10 years after Michael Jackson died, I'll have a documentary about how Michael Jackson touched kids that he was exonerated from. We'll keep using whatever it is to manipulate the conversation to keep making capital to fit into said system. It just is what it is.
So
morality goes out the door in that system.
Yeah, I 100%.
When morality goes out the door, then so do rules. Because that's the basis of a rule. You know what I mean? God's 10 Commandments, the law of the land. Those are the basis of rules.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We got to pull up a George Carlin piece one day. Maybe one day this week, we'll pull up a George Carlin piece about the 10 Commandments. It's so cool. He takes the 10 Commandments and ultimately he breaks them down to, I think, like 1 or 2. But it's really, really cool how he does it. George Carlin is a comedic genius.
Yeah, I like George.
Well, he
Carlin.
was anyway, comedic genius. The young lady that we had on the show, One Relationship Friday, a couple months back, OnlyFans, proud sex worker, right? She joined us virtually. She posted on her Instagram or something yesterday. I made $10,000 last month. I should find a way to give back. You know what our way to giving back was? What up, Big Lavender? Come on and say hi to the #1 family on the network, man.
Yeah, man, you only turned 50 once. Come on, old man. Come on, old man.
The big 5. You can pop on that camera. I'll pop you on that camera.
You ain't got nothing else to do. You know you want to be here with us.
Nah, man, I gotta go make some more business. I just stopped in to check on y'all, man.
It's cool. We got you on camera now anyway, so go ahead.
Oh, well, hey, man, it's good to be in here with the
greatest show on the station.
I like the Little Rascals. They got branded materials.
Little Rascals.
The Little Rascals got branded materials. I can't get a fucking mug. What's the deal?
You owe us $1.
You owe us $1. There's no cursing. No, I said what I said for the entire month of February.
That motherfucking jar is gonna be rich.
That's $2.
Y'all playing that shit.
Then get off our show.
I gave him this motherfucker just
That's why he comes on I Say What I Said, so he can curse. He can't curse on Iswis for seniors. He comes on regular Iswis so that he can curse.
Hey, did y'all see? Did y'all hear Lil Ron this morning?
On what?
Let me just say this.
You talking about on BLD?
Yeah. TT, we saw him with TT.
Hey, TT.
Hey, TT. Let's open this up. Good morning, sunshine.
Hey, TT.
Oh, but
he went to a new low today.
No,
so,
wait, hold on. Lil Ron is off the hook.
Super.
Lil Ron is so far off the hook, I had the opportunity to rewatch.
This is concerning.
I had the opportunity to rewatch the DJ show. Because I did not see it on Friday.
Oh.
What Lil Ron
Crickets.
do?
No, Lil Ron is straight.
The DJ.
Lil Ron is all good.
DJ.
Because after DJ show,
DJ.
and he doubled back down on it.
Oh, yeah.
He was dead. Like,
no, we gave him the opportunity to come on I Say What I Said and be like, y'all misunderstood me.
I'm going to tell you. You know, ordinarily I would just go. You knew where I was going to go. You know I was waiting, but you know what? I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let
it ride.
On the love.
Let's go let it ride.
Let it be. No, I ain't even finna go there. I'm not even tripping. You know, it makes me think of, we had something about in this.
I'm telling you, it's in this studio.
We cannot burn sage, though. I'm just telling you, I don't be doing the spirits and the calling the ghosts.
It's something in this studio, man.
We just had a show about African spirituality. We gonna burn some sage in here.
No, we're not burning no sage.
Nah, he's scared of spirituality for real. Because Magna will start talking about spirituality, and he was like, "Nah."
No, I do spiritual.
Not like that. I mean the realm, the spirit realms, and all that. Yeah.
I haven't become in touch with my. What is it?
Maze was raised in the preacher's house, man. They had that white Bible all through there.
Hey, white Bible. Check this out. Hey, we didn't get to dance.
Yeah.
Wasn't no shorts.
Yeah.
You couldn't play cards. I couldn't go to the movies.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd be like,
yeah, you ain't with it.
Excuse me, and Tennille was hitting me on my hitting me during the Magna show, like, they summoning spirits. She was like, Sister Jackson finna come down here and spray the whole joint down, right?
So, Maze, until you fully understand white supremacy,
what it is and how it works,
everything you think you understand
will only confuse you.
Hey, man, that shit sound cute.
But I believe in white Jesus.
That shit sound cute. Tell the motherfucker, what's that movie?
Poltergeist?
Trilogy of Terror.
Oh, no.
Okay, so somebody Googled Trilogy of Terror, and that's all I could think of whenever I see the spirits being calmed down. Hey,
is this holy water on the glass? They say you're going to sprinkle holy water.
That's holy spit on the glass.
That is not no spit.
Nigga, in the morning, I spray this motherfucker down. No, I didn't do it today, so that's 2 days.
It's not spit. It is the spray that we use at the end of the night to sanitize the whole room. We just spray it all through the room and it settles on the glass and so forth.
I'll be clean. That's why I got.
Nobody's spitting up there. Maybe on this side, on Todd's side, maybe. I saw Todd say, he said, "Ain't Herb 12 years old when y'all was telling about somebody's hair? Ain't Herb 12 years old?" I love Todd. He had a fresh hair today though. He was shaved crispy today.
He has a 2-day grow in, right? So it's like he cut his hair without a mirror, and he shaved it off, and then 2 days, it all is evened out, right? And so we saw the second day of the even out.
You got a fresh new fade too, though.
Yeah, I did.
That ain't the same exact fade you've been rocking.
No, I ain't. First of all, I haven't rocked a fade. This was really just
a quarantine
I've been
result.
To the barbershop in like 4 months.
Yeah, you got a cool little blade thing going on.
Get that Sherman Hemsley going.
You got a cool little vampire thing going on.
You see me, I can still grow mine, right? Most of the time, a nigga grow it and you do this.
It's over with.
It be like a big old hole down
that's
in the
true.
middle of it.
I cut mine off because mine was thinning. I ain't gonna lie. I cut mine off because I feel like it was thinning when it was too hot.
I'm waiting for two to come in with a ponytail, right?
It's coming.
He gonna braid this shit down. Look, he gonna be coming.
He already got his rage puffs going on.
It's going down around here.
Hey, Lil Ryan reached a new low with that TT stuff today. Dawn said that she was like one day next week or maybe one day later this week she's not gonna be in, and so her nephew Jeremiah is gonna be doing the show, right?
Cousin.
That's her cousin.
Yeah.
Here come Lil Ryan.
See, that's my
cousin. Hey cousin. Now this man cousin
y'all ever
too.
seen the 40-year-old version?
We about to see one. How old are you? 11 years we go see one.
I'm serious. The movie, the 40-year-old version. Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
You know when him and his homie always be like, "You know how I know you gay." You know how I know you gay.
You know I know you gay.
What I've come to recognize though is this new generation. Masculinity is not their strong suit.
It's not at the forefront.
It is like no, and I mean like dead serious. Like it's certain motions, actions, things that I would automatically categorize you.
Yeah.
If you came up in my era. Nowadays, you'd be like,
sure.
Oh, no. But this whole
he killed 3 people last night.
7 motherfuckers. That was a true story.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was a true story.
Talking about what DJ told?
7.
No, that was DJ had.
What you talking about?
Talking about DJ getting gang raped by 7 dudes in the alley.
I'm not going with that. That's not a true story.
I'm not saying it's a true story. I'm saying
y'all can get the real true story from DJ himself Wednesday night at 8:30 on Week Whole Wednesday. DJ in the comments too.
I'm trolling.
DJ said I got all my manhood.
DJ, I'm all in your. Look, it took everything I had last week, not to start memeing.
Hey,
start putting out the.
You know how the body shuts down when it experiences like too much trauma, like you in so much pain you just pass out.
Do you go lay
I
in
was sitting right there doing the board for the show. I did not hear it. I think I think it was too traumatic and it just shut me down.
I felt like, oh yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I'll be at work with these niggas. Nobody's gonna say nothing.
It just shut me down.
Nothing.
I promise you, I didn't hear it. I did not hear it.
I was like, Herb is in the studio.
I heard it. I didn't hear it in that context.
I went back and watched the show because I thought, I'm like, how did I miss
your
it?
mind wouldn't let you think that way.
I'm telling you.
When he said it, and shout out to DJ though.
I love DJ. It's my man. Me and DJ held it down this weekend. I couldn't have done it without. Told Maze, listen, go ahead and enjoy your birthday. Don't worry about weekend programming. Once your show is over Friday late morning, you good. We got the rest of it. I just knew Maze was going to be blowing up my phone.
Somebody brings breakfast, feeds me.
Oh, yeah, you ate a whole plant.
Right. So I really can't eat. I was planning on leaving up out of here, but I'm around this motherfucker stuck. Because I had the breakfast of weed heads.
Yeah, you did. He said I ate the breakfast sandwich, and then the Cannon chef say, man, I mean the chronic chef say, man, you're only supposed to eat half. He's like, who eats half a breakfast sandwich? Which I agree with. How am I supposed to eat half a breakfast sandwich?
Come back to eat half the eggs.
Right, it's the eggs.
On
Like,
the bagel?
You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. But you also ate the Cinnabon, the blueberry muffin.
Right. Because my wife fixed the plate like a plate.
Right.
She was fixing breakfast.
Right.
I'm sitting down eating breakfast. Then all of a sudden, he talking on the phone, and I'm like, wait up.
Everything gets slow.
Hello, Maze. Your name is.
They was high as a kite, man. They was high as a kite.
I was higher than the Eagles.
Nah, I do want to say thanks publicly to DJ, man. I told him privately, but thanks to DJ for holding it down this weekend.
Yeah,
he was on call. He was there every time. And he fought through the snow. I had to. He was on time. He fought through the snow and got here on time. I had to fight through the snow and get here on time. And DJ got a compact vehicle, so he was getting stuck every other block. Right? Let me tell you what he did though. He shoveled himself to get out the alley. Then he on his way. He like, I'm on my way. I just got out the alley. I'm on my way. But he in such a hurry. This fool, I guess while he's shoveling the snow, he throws the shovel on top of his car, pulls out the alley. Go one block away. Shovel flies off his car on the E-way. Okay,
that could have been dangerous.
He could have caused the 100-car pileup behind him. I said, DJ, I appreciate you rushing to get here, sir, but please take the shovel off your car first.
And then the host was still in Michigan, right?
Yeah. So we was good because everybody was having a hard time. Everybody was having a hard time getting here. Latasha couldn't get here. Audrey was going to come. She called me. She's like, I'm on my way. I might be a little late. And I was like, nah, just do it from there. It's cool. She's like, it's not gonna be a problem. I'm like, nah, you ain't even the first person who didn't make it to your show because her show was 5 p.m. Latasha didn't make it into her show. The Bigs didn't make it for the kickoff kickback. It was hard. It was just hard trying to get out. And so I was like, nah, just go ahead and stay. We can do it from where you are. And plus, once she said she was gonna be a few minutes late, I'm like, so that means you finna dig out and then come speeding through the streets like that in the snow out here. Just stay home and do it from there. So shout out to everybody for getting it done over the weekend. The shows went well. Everybody did their thing. But the snow was definitely a challenge this weekend for sure.
Shout out to the assistant. I guess you ain't got to put the two in it. It's like you the assistant general manager. I kept saying, when is the assistant to the general manager gonna call? Because I was waiting for somebody to say, I can't.
I wouldn't have called you. Once I made up my mind that I wasn't gonna call you, I'd have figured it out.
Still, I just wanted to say that. I'm ready to read his comment.
May's chilling on his favorite show. Big facts.
Big facts.
Big facts. Hey, shout out to Kenneth Steele because
I'm chilling in my favorite studio, nickel.
The Iswis family was heavy on the Ruthie Moore show today. They was heavy on the Ruthie Moore show. They
got quiet. They got real quiet real quick. It was like three. I was like, Devin, how you the vice president? You know you coming up on Devin coming up on charges. How you gonna be the newly elected vice president of What's in It for the Black People, siding with the Cheese Whiz crew?
Hey man,
they know the truth when they see it.
That's all right.
You can't deny the truth when you see it.
I forgot Tamiko.
The truth is the truth.
I'll put Tamiko on to
Miko is Iswis gang.
I heard.
So let's get to these comments.
How about those Bears? What's wrong with you, man? Why do you behave that way, man?
I'm gonna tell y'all what. If there's anything I enjoy in life, it is friendly competition.
Yeah, man, it's good. Man.
And I want to make sure that people are clear. Like I think sometimes people be like, they
think we don't like each other for real.
Right.
Like, this is all love in here.
I don't like too. Just give it a buck. No, man, but I do want to tell y'all, I do appreciate you all. I appreciate what y'all do here as well. And I think it's pretty interesting because I think that the space we talked about the intellectual thuggery, but I do think that there is a rapidly growing place for black men that do not want to, they don't know how to be active. They don't know what to do, but they don't want to be like that or like that. They like, I want to be down for the black people. I want to be down for the cause, but I don't want to be one of them niggas or one of them niggas. And I think that as I have approached 50. Well,
approached. You passed that threshold, sir.
Old nigga blues.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm like, if 50s was like the 40s, shit, nigga, give me more. Give me more.
No, the best is yet to come, man. For everything that you have already accomplished, man, the best is yet to come ahead of you, man. We said that on the birthday videos that we made. I don't know if y'all.
I thought y'all said y'all was lying, man.
We said that too.
But we said it too. But we said it though.
The birthday love from all the people that even took the time to make a message. That shit was deep. Like to be sitting there with my wife on Saturday morning on your 50th birthday and to see all of those people go through a list and, you know, have them people be like, man, fuck that nigga. No, it was dope to see that. And so, hey man, I just wanted to stop in with y'all. I gotta go run and take care of some more business.
We know you wanted to stop in.
We
know.
Every day.
Hey, man.
Right, you always want to stop in. We know.
Man, fuck the little rascal.
We know, man. We know, man. At least he met our cursing quota for the day because he got them all out.
He owes about $50.
He owes about.
Help y'all. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Please.
What's wrong with him, man?
Share the broadcast. We wake up this nigga beat.
This is who he really wants to be. He really wants to be I Said What I Said.
I know he do.
Unfortunately, he has to do I Say What I Said for seniors at 6 a.m. Oh, man.
Bootleg, I said what I said.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You got the gas station, I said what I said.
I tune in to hear the thoughts and opinions of Ruthie Moore and Ruthie Moore only. Right here for the rest of that, man.
Todd is the comic relief, though. I tune in for that, too.
Yeah, Todd is a riot, for real, for real.
And he's not trying to be.
No, he be dead serious, and I'll be busting up. Love it. I forgot the thing I wanted to tell you about now. I sent you so much stuff, I forgot about some of it, to be honest with you. Another thing I want to talk about was FBI agents down in Florida.
So look,
2 of them got killed.
I got that.
You don't want to talk about it? Because I do.
Okay.
Just for a second.
Right,
but I want to hear why you don't want to talk about it.
I'm not interested.
I don't really care about that 2 FBI agents got killed either. Right? And 3 of them got wounded. Don't really care.
Okay.
This is the piece that I want to come at this story from. This is the angle I want to come at this story from. I read the article. I read 2 or 3 articles on it because I was trying to find one thing. Who shot them? Mm-hmm. Do you think any of these major publications identified the person who shot them? Mm-mm. Which tells you that person is what? A white man.
Black.
That is you know what I'm saying? That is a white man. As soon as I read through this article, and they won't tell me, they say, oh, we haven't been able to identify. What do you mean you haven't been able to identify? You showed up to his house with an arrest warrant for him. A search warrant for his property, his computers, all of that. Y'all was finna charge him with child pornography because that's what they were there for.
Okay.
It was a child pornography case that they had built up against this man. So they were there to seize his computer, his hard drive, and any other materials that would suggest that he was partaking in child pornography. Now y'all saying y'all don't know who it is? Because he came out there busting at y'all, killed 2 of y'all, sent 3 more to the hospital, and they said he killed himself in the house, barricaded himself in and killed himself in the house, but y'all can't identify the man? Cut the crap. If he was black, his face would be plastered all over the news right now. It'd be front page. They would be like, Deontay Jackson slaughtered 3 FBI agents as they were doing their job. But now, white dude, we don't know the details of what happened yet, and we're still trying to piece things together. Man, stop it. That was the only piece of the story that was interesting to me. I don't really care that them people got killed while they was working. You chose that job, whatever. Get his wife a crispy folded American flag and keep it pushing.
Good luck with it.
Yeah.
You know what I do want to talk about, though?
What?
The Charleston white brother.
Yes.
Did you send me that video?
Yes. And I didn't even watch it. So we want to play it. We can play it now. I didn't even watch it.
We could definitely play the video.
My response would be live because I didn't even watch it.
I
just saw it. I read the little clip and sent it to you.
I reached out to Holmes. And I'm trying to get him on the show.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
But if we do get it on the show, it's going to be a volatile show.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it.
Of course.
Because he's an interesting study to me. He's an interesting study to me in the sense that he says things that are hit, and they get a lot of press. And they move, right? They go viral fast. But then when you read a little bit deeper into his story, the rest of the stuff he says is extremely ignorant to me. You know, and I'm looking at him building a following consistently right now, and as his stage grows, his influence grows, and he might have these hit or miss kind of conversations where these hits go viral, but then you look at the depth of what he's talking about, and it's scary to me because he's so ignorant.
Appreciate you, Robert, for coming through on the help on the website.
And he's so off base. You know what I mean? It's like what, as people, you know, start to sink their hooks into him and start to follow him and start to listen to him, and as his crowd gets bigger and bigger, how does he dilute the message, or how does he manipulate the message of the goal because he just doesn't have the information? Right now, I want to talk to him mainly because I think he's so off base. Like,
I never took the thing off.
Yeah, it's just an interesting study, man. Like to really see what he's talking about versus what he's getting acclaim for. He's a completely different kind of guy. He just doesn't. And I'm marking it as ignorance.
Yeah.
Right. But when you got that kind of a stage, you know, it feeds your ego. So you just keep going and going and going. And as he digs deep into that bag, you realize that bag ain't all that deep.
It's a trap too. They're gonna build him up just to break him down. And so once he puts out that kind of energy that, you know, masculine black men respond to, they're like, okay, we got to build him up just long enough for him to slip and fall, right? Just long enough for us to dig up something or to put him in a platform that, like you said, he's not prepared to have a particular conversation. He says something, now we can discredit him, and we're done with him, right? Whereas opposed to if he just stays in his own lane, speaks when he thinks he should be speaking about something that he knows and is passionate about versus going on this, like, national tour of just talking. Eventually they'll put you in a trick bag, and that'll be the end of it. So, you know, but again, it depends on what he wants. If he wants to go on a few month tour that's gonna net him $150,000, $200,000, go do your thing. Right? Who am I to, you know, go do your thing. But it's ultimately gonna blow up in his face if he does it like that.
I just think it's interesting. You know what I mean? Because we can't deny the fact that he's garnering a lot of attention. You know what I mean? And I just took a short ride down some of the stuff he said. I'd be like, "Ooh, he
slippery
really
slope.
ain't all that bright."
Yeah,
he really don't got the information.
No, he doesn't come across as all that bright to me. Even in the first video, the game and all that, he comes across as very real, but not so much bright.
Yeah, but I think bright is his ability to analytically think. How you communicate that might be different. He might not be all that articulate, but bright could be show up in various ways. But what I'm saying is, when I dig into this bag, I'm recognizing that you way beyond not articulate. You just don't got the information.
Yeah. No, not language aside. You know, just, you know, again, he's very real. He can speak on his experience and talk about going to jail and growing up in the hood and all that and being a real street dude. But I don't know that there's a whole lot of like
substance.
Even that, I think the substance is fine. What he's saying is substantive. Like, I think it matters what he's saying about, like, game and, you know, how y'all follow game and allow that, right? But then you want to shun this shorty for talking about a murder he seen when he was like 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some substance there. Again, just you unpack it a little bit. It's just not that. It's not a whole lot of intelligence under there. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, we got the video. We can roll with it.
All right. Well, let's go. If you got the video, let's put it up. I haven't seen it, so I'll leave us on the camera too because I want to react to it in real time. I really haven't seen it. Actually, I can't leave us up there because we ain't on the same camera. Oh, I could. But anyway, go ahead and play it.
You ready?
Yeah. I really haven't seen it.
Let's go back to that. You said Trayvon Martin was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Anyway, matter what we want to say, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, when an adult says something to a kid, hey, boy, whether it's in a disrespectful manner, right?
Let's go back to
Trayvon Martin just got sent to his dad's house.
Explain that.
Well, he's not too well behaved with his mama. So here it is, he walking to the store, going to go get some Skittles and a canned drink. Well, he's smoking weed. Little nigga getting high at his age, right? So he got the munchies. He on the phone with his little bitch. The nigga in the neighborhood, white boy in the neighborhood, George Zimmerman, say, man, I'm racist. I'm sick of the cars breaking in. I'm patrolling the neighborhood, and I ain't supposed to be. So he wrong, right? Two wrongs ain't never made a right. Grandmama and them say you respect all adults. Say, son, pull your pants up. Pull your pants up. You pull your pants up no matter how they said it, because it's an adult. And if you got a problem with the adult, when you get to the house, daddy, it's this man around there messing with me. So here, let me paint the scenario for you, right? He tell him, stop, man. Man, I ain't got to stop. Say, listen, let me call you back. He should have called his father. I got the police on the phone. Fuck you. I ain't waiting on the police. You got the police on the phone. I ain't stole nothing. I ain't do nothing. Man, I'm going to stop. Why you bother me, sir? We don't know how to engage. We don't know how to be tactical, right? So Trayvon Martin is an angry black kid. Why else would he be fighting like that? Motherfucker just stop you. You new in the neighborhood. Man, I ain't done nothing. Let me call my daddy. That's what a respectful kid would have done. Dad, this man is around here. The man on the phone with the police. Sir, I hadn't done nothing. I'm going to wait till the police get here, sir. So when the police get here, I can say, hey, I hadn't done anything wrong. This man just followed me. Trayvon Martin, why you following me, Peckerwood, white boy? Whoop you, cracker. Hey, next thing you know, he whooping the white boy. White boy didn't know this little nigga fight hard. This little nigga was bragging on the internet about knocking niggas out. Trayvon Martin was a hard fighting little nigga with anger problems, right? So now he fighting hard. He don't know how to think.
Anger problems
Now he dead. Now he dead. So while I got everybody attention on this shit, out of all the motherfuckers we killing in our communities, now you mean not one rapper, now rapping gangster killing nigga with the 100-round gun, Chicago killing, and now some bitch got George Zimmerman? We put prices on each other's heads, nigga, but ain't nobody put a price on George Zimmerman motherfucking head.
That part.
What kind of shit, man? What kind of shit is going on, man? These ain't no real niggas. Ain't now rapping nigga a real motherfucking nigga, and we ain't nobody made no attempt on George. Now, motherfucker, homie, think about that. But we'll put a price on a nigga head live around the corner, and he ain't done nothing. He ain't hurt nobody. He ain't killed now, baby.
Yeah.
We fucked up, nigga, but we playing bad to the world, nigga. That's why I'm glad that white boy knocked out Nate Robinson. Shit like that is letting us know. Them the guards and the forces letting us know, black man, y'all used to be some bad. Y'all look what's happening to us, homie. Look how the forces, nigga, we ain't no Superman men no more. Where the white boy used to have to do us like he used to do them niggas.
So let me go back to the Zimmerman shit. We're gonna talk about the Nate Robinson shit. Jay-Z had a line on one of Drake's songs, and he says, y'all killed X and let Zimmerman live. The streets is done.
You goddamn right. Realest quote ever wrote. Realest quote ever wrote, homie. That go to the, and man, I don't want to get you in no trouble, but you know, I'm unapologetic, but that go to Farrakhan. That go to the not fucking around coalition. That go to whatever black organization that call themselves our strongest.
That's real spill. I don't disagree with that.
It's too much that go to Jay Prince. It's too much that done happened to us, homie. And for us to have the money that we have, for us to have the guns that we have, for us to have the niggas that all rappers is killers. They kill 100 niggas in one song, in 16 bars. Nigga, why we can't execute this, nigga, for our people and for our nation of race of people who been trapped in this shit, nigga? So Jay-Z said it. Ain't nobody even looked at that man, homie George Zimmerman. That nigga sold a gun for $250,000.
Crazy.
Didn't no nigga buy it, so couldn't no white boy celebrate it and pass it down as an heirloom. They used to make niggas out of belts. They used to kill niggas and skin niggas, nigga. It's some white boy with some nigga earls hanging that been passed down for 7 generations.
That's real.
But these niggas will put prices on each other head, homie. That's why I don't respect that shit. Homie, that's why, nigga, man, that's why I don't respect none of that shit, my nigga. You niggas just talking. You niggas ain't bad like no real niggas. You niggas ain't bad enough to take no lashes across your motherfucking back, nigga. You niggas will die from whips across your back. We ain't bad like that no more, homie. Nigga, we weak. Cause we kill one another. The bullets is for the revolution. It ain't for no another nigga. The nigga already dead. We already dead. We walking around doped up all day. Niggas ain't sober. Niggas walking dead. Ain't shit to kill no nigga.
That's
real spill too. I'm not gonna front. So let me say this first because I just want to get this out the way. The piece I disagree with. I didn't agree with the piece about Trayvon Martin. Not about killing Zimmerman. I'm 100% in on that piece. But on this, I didn't like him implying that Trayvon did something to lead to his death, right? Like, you follow me, I'm gonna beat your ass too. Like, I'm not finna stop and be like, oh, let me call the police. We talk about that all the time, right? Just like I was just when we last month, whatever, we was playing a little Asian dude video down in Arizona, and the dude was told, nah, beat dude ass, right? That's how we're gonna stop all that energy. Beat his ass. So if I'm Trayvon, I would have beat George Zimmerman ass too.
They used to make niggas.
He didn't know that George Zimmerman had a pistol on him, and ultimately he got killed out there. But I didn't appreciate Charleston suggesting that it was his anger issues or a little kid that liked to fight. I don't gotta like to fight or be angry to beat your ass because you follow me. I could not like to fight at all and be very, very happy. You follow me, I'm beating your ass. So that piece is the only one I push back on. But the rest of it,
Mary
right there with him.
Mary been saying all through the comments since he's been playing that we all got an uncle like him, right? And I agree with that.
In a way.
Right? And that uncle has life experiences that creates an understanding that creates his point of view, his perspective, right? But your life experiences, your perspective are all rooted in something deeper. You can only speak about your life experiences, your understanding of the world, and how you respond to it is based in that. But to understand the totality of the position of black people in America, you've got to learn some things. Right? You have to have some context to race. You have to have some context to capitalism. You have to have some context to government. You have to have some context to economics. You have to have some context to the entirety of the design.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So his attack on Trayvon in the beginning of Trayvon's behavior, the same thing, this is what's interesting about us. That's why I say it's an interesting case study. The same thing that made us say, hey, I don't really fuck with what he said about Trayvon is the same thing that makes us clap for him when he talks about the rappers. And we don't see it as that. The reason he can attack Trayvon and the reason he can attack the rappers is because they are easy and that's part of his experience. That's what the fuck he know about. That's all he know about, right? And he's making an identity for Trayvon based off his own experience. This is how I was. You don't know what the fuck happened that night because don't nobody. Trayvon dead. You don't know how that went down. You know what I mean? But he didn't put an entire identity on this boy. You know what I'm saying? About how he responded in that evening, right? Because in his mind, this is how I would have responded.
Well, he referenced the video on Trayvon talking about having a fight or talking about fighting on his Instagram, and then the public information that he was, his parents were divorced and he was down there with his daddy.
Check game, doing exactly what the white media does to us. Create those narratives.
I agree with you.
You understand what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
The fact that I got long hair gets me pulled over more than me having a fade.
I agree.
It's an easy villain. It's easy. So in a lot of ways, he's a purveyor of the same white supremacist ideologies that we got problems with. No, I'm telling you because I've done a little bit of research on the dude. He doesn't see it as such.
Okay.
Right? But it's easy to say, man, you niggas ain't doing this. You niggas ain't doing that. But you don't understand the dynamic of the goddamn plan.
I feel you.
Right? You niggas got all this money. You niggas got all them bullets. First of all, niggas don't got no money. No bullets. And if you ain't figured that out, you wrong, playboy. Your little neighborhood in Texas is not
it's
contingent with the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And your little neighborhood in Texas, the design of the behaviors that come up out of it are responses to the design in the first damn place, bro. You are only talking about cancer where it metastasized that because that's the only information you have. You ain't deep enough to get to the understanding of the root. But because you're angry, because you're aggressive, and because you treat it like a rapper, I mean, because we respond to the same white supremacist philosophies, it's like a rapper dissing another rapper. That's why we gravitate to Holmes. That's what got him out there, him publicly, just like he said Farrakhan's name. If I publicly disparage Farrakhan, that's going to get a reaction, specifically from another black person. No matter who you are, it's going to get a. If we stood up here on this platform today and say, "Hey man, F Farrakhan," we'd be on some kind of national ticker by tomorrow.
Yeah, but neither one of us feel that way, and I didn't really get that from him either. And I also don't think that white supremacy would say you niggas should have already killed George Zimmerman.
But at the same time, right? And I'm not, again, that's why I say it's an interesting case study. You know what I mean? A broke clock is right twice a day, my brother. It's still a broke clock. You know what I mean?
it's easy to make them out to be the villain, but it's some value in what he's saying around those people being the villain. We are in a way marketing an idea that permeates and fulfills the needs and desires of white supremacy. But even that is a response. Yeah. Even that is a response to our conditioning. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he can't go back past that because he don't have any understanding past that. So I said, somebody said on here that we should have him on the show. Trust and believe I've been trying to get him. But because he's in that moment and because he's egotistical and because he moves the way he's going to move, there's going to be a problem when I talk to him because I don't back down either.
Well, it would be great. It would be a good conversation.
And I would just, and I'm not going to argue with you. But the way he responds.
Maybe we need to argue a little bit.
But the way he responds to shit is volatile because that's his only recourse.
Good. And that's, and you don't have no problem with that.
I'm not going to do that, though.
You don't, all I'm saying is you don't have a problem with that.
Brother, right? I think he means well. I just think he really just don't know.
That's fine. But the moment he say, yada, 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 and you say, I hear you, brother. I'm going to push back and this is where this is how. And then he go, oh, no, fuck you, nigga. You on some fuck shit. And then you gonna go crazy too. Like it's that's just
I'm not gonna go crazy.
Okay. All I'm saying is I don't even think that it's a bad conversation. I don't think it's a bad conversation.
Love to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't think that arguing is a bad thing, man. You have arguments and fights all the time, man. There's a line from The Wire that says
I think violence is necessary in society. I do. But in the same vein, his name is Charleston White. He's on Instagram for sure. Is it Charleston White?
You about to sick the Iswis gang?
I say everybody go holler at him, tell him he should come do the Iswis show because he's not responding to none of my messages.
Go get him.
Yeah, I would love to talk to him. But I do think he's an interesting case study in the sense of how fast he's becoming the voice of at least some community. Right? You go to his comments after he said the Farrakhan thing, you see a whole grouping of people under the comments like, yeah, fuck Farrakhan.
Yeah, that's clown because one, he didn't say that. So I didn't take what he said as a shot at Farrakhan. I took what he said as one, really a respect and salute to Farrakhan and say, hold on, you got this whole big black nation, right, that only you could lead and command. Why we ain't killed this dude yet? Why he still walking around free, antagonizing us, in fact?
You also see how he stated that statement, right? I don't want to get you in trouble. I'm, what'd he say?
Unapologetic.
I'm unapologetic, but, we need to question Farrakhan too. Right?
I don't have a problem with the question, bro.
That's all well and good. Now, he popped off about every little rap dude he said. But he knows that even in that town, wherever town he's at,
you put some respect on Farrakhan's name.
There that will pop up on your front line and beat the brakes off your little punk ass.
And
so even the language he used changes. You know what I mean? But it's a game though. You know, right? If you really that guy and you really standing in that polarity, if you really believe that, run it how you run it, homie.
I'm saying that leads right into what he was saying. If I pop off at my mouth and say Farrakhan's name in a way that you don't like, y'all gonna show up to my crib ready to get out. Dude kill a 16-year-old black boy and then go antagonizing people about it, sell the pistol for $250. Why is he still here, fam?
Not disagreeing.
We have killers, and we have killers on our team, right? We don't have a team, that's the problem. We have killers that should be on our team, right? That should be on our side. We got all these shooters that want to shoot stuff up. I got somebody you can shoot, fam.
We would have to talk to him after February because I'm gonna be cussing.
Go shoot George Zimmerman. Go shoot Jason Van Dyke. Now I know Jason Van Dyke got beat up in jail somewhere, allegedly, right? But beat him up every day. That's what I'm saying. I saw Salim's name up there. What'd he say?
I don't know, but someone asked where did Charleston White emerge from. So first off, just a little backstory on Charleston White. He was the youngest juvenile offender that got sentenced to, I guess, I don't know, they call it grown-up jail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was
in Texas. Yeah. He was the first juvenile offender that got sentenced as an adult.
Yeah, killed a white guy over a robbery. Kind of, I guess you would say, jailhouse educated, and I'm not knocking that because Malcolm was. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
And some of my greatest are. But jailhouse educated.
I do my best reading when I ain't got nothing else to do.
Came out doing some kind of community activism. He started to take wind maybe about 2-3 months ago. At least it hit my radar 2-3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to he started going viral with some of these conversations he was having. If you look on his Instagram page, he has a couple hundred followers, and he's growing. Right,
Mm-hmm.
he's on different kind of platforms daily to have some level of acclaim. But the main push that made him go viral was the same statement he made at the end about him really going at rappers. He went at Gilly, called him a fake street dude. Went at T.I., calling him a fake street dude. Whatever. First of all, there's no honor in being a street dude. So I'm solely with that, right? T.I., Gilly, you not street dudes.
you're rappers. You know what I'm saying? And if you rap as well as you rap, you wasn't that vested in the street in the first place.
True.
You know what I mean?
See, I got like 4 felonies though.
It don't matter to me.
I'm just saying.
Shorties get felonies every day, G.
Exactly. Shorties in the street.
No, people walking down the street get felonies every day. It happens all the time. Trust me.
All right, cool.
Right? And all I'm saying is that, one, that's nothing to be. That's part of the white supremacist construct. Right? They're selling that image because that's what sells. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Right? So I've been around most of those, I don't want to say most of those cats, but a lot of those high caliber gangster rapper dudes, when you're in their presence, you recognize real easy that they ain't built certain kind of ways.
It's not for real.
But they artists, and it is. I don't even expect you to be built that kind of way.
Yeah.
But from somebody who's buying into the illusion, you buy into the illusion.
It's like any other art. If I sell erotic poetry, that don't mean I'm a beast in bed. You know what I mean? I can create some words and some concepts and put them together nicely. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't that deep. I get it. But you know, I tend to side with the dude on most of the stuff he's saying. And I do think that, you know, as a nation of black people, we should have a response team to this kind of foolishness. I think that every single time one of us is senselessly murdered by somebody else, we need to go be about that. And I can already hear everybody saying, well, what about we do it to ourselves? That ain't the conversation I'm having. Miss me with it. When somebody else is coming at us, let's go get it.
I'm with having it. I can't wait to have it. I would love to talk to the dude, G. I would hope to educate him. You know what I mean? But I think it's, like I said in the beginning, it's a case study because he is growing his platform rapidly.
Yeah, they gonna,
you know what I mean?
They gonna let him, like
and
I said earlier, they're gonna let him grow and then they're gonna tear him down.
Deep.
But yeah,
it's gonna be very easy to tear him down because it's not rooted in very much of anything.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
but
he is
there's another part of that that's interesting.
Viral content. You say something that goes viral, cool. That don't mean you need to be talking to people a lot.
Yeah, but it's another part of that that's intriguing to me. How does this stuff grow so fast?
Because people like to hear you say stuff that goes against the grain. And so if everybody is rocking with the game be on Clubhouse, I see like thousands and thousands and thousands of people in this room talking the game just because on Clubhouse, right? And it's like, well, all these people rock with him. Nobody seems to care that he's settled a lawsuit or settled a criminal case, whatever it was, for having a sexual relationship with an underage girl. Like nobody seems to trip off that. So when dude like, yo, how y'all rocking with, like, y'all shouldn't be rocking with, people pay attention, like, oh, let's watch that. What did he say about game? What did he say about this rapper? What did he say about that rapper? And now what did he say about Minister Farrakhan? Right?
So,
and again, I don't think what he said about Mr. Farrakhan was a shot at Mr. Farrakhan.
Even to that point,
I really think it was a tip of the cap, but a question.
You just made about the game and some child abuse situation, right?
Sure.
I'm not in that world. I don't be knowing what the hell is happening in that world. I'm not tuned into that.
I didn't know about it until we watched the video.
Right, I'm not tuned into that frequency. So even to that point, just to give you an idea of how his followers kind of deal with him and respond to him, that was when you sent me this video, I actually watched it on his Instagram thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And under it, you see under the videos like, man, where's Rizza Islam? Where's Minister Farrakhan talking about this thing with the game? And some young lady was like, man, Rizza Islam specifically is doing XYZ around this, that, and the third.
Right.
He's probably not tuned in to the frequency of what's going on in Game's life.
Right.
And they was like, no, everybody should know what's going on in Game's life.
And there are bigger fish to fry.
That's kind of my point. He's rudimentary and he reaches a very rudimentary demographic, right? And I don't want to duke you on that because I think there's value in all people.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But I think it's just interesting how the game goes. You can be leveraged as a cat like that. You can be a plant very easily like a cat like that. We got the Black Panther movie that's about to come out about Fred Hampton, right? And they talk. You know the name? I don't know.
You sent me some on Chairman Fred too, didn't you?
The actual name. They got some new information about the Chairman Fred case that came out not too long ago. But the actual name of the new Fred Hampton movie that's coming out is called Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh,
right. So I can't remember the brother's name who was the fake Panther that came in as a operative
as a
for
mole,
the police.
right?
Right. But the story of this movie is really about the operative. It's not really about Chairman Fred,
Right.
from my understanding.
But that's what they're gonna leverage to sell tickets, though.
That's what they're leveraging to sell tickets, right? But the reason he could be accepted into the fold so well is because he could obviously blend in. He could play the role.
Don't take much to hang with us.
I look at the Charleston Whites of the world as somebody who might say something because the vast majority of us are so ignorant to the real issues it's easy to blend in. It's easy to play the role. You get led astray really quickly. It's the Kamala Harris conversation. Shit, AKA, it's good enough.
It's good. You can roll with us,
right? And that's part of that's why
we said they can come to the barbecue.
Somebody in the cat comment said you get really passionate on Fridays about relationships. One, I didn't even recognize that, so I'm gonna change that. But two, William O'Neal, yeah, thanks, Brandon.
Dr. Tanksley is in the building. Audrey, what's going on?
But two, I done lost my train of thought.
It's cool. Make sure y'all tune in to Inhale Exhale every Sunday at 5 p.m. for Dr. Audrey Tanksley. Dope conversation. All I'm saying is that I have the same questions, right? I have the same questions about us as a group of people. So if we have those types of soldiers in our camp, we need to be using them. What Cam say in Paid in Full? What's the use of having soldiers if you ain't gonna use them, man? Like that's a real thing. And so every time we are victimized like that, we need to respond in the same kind of way. Every single time. I don't think the George Zimmerman should be alive either, right? And if I was somebody who paraded myself around as this ferocious killer in the hood, I'd go kill him. Like, we got those type of people. Go kill dude. What he still here for? Period. Send a message. Same the dudes that killed Ahmaud Arbery, him and his old daddy. Kill him.
So I'm with the Jeff Ford. Ain't gonna be no killing without no killing.
Yeah, I'm definitely with that.
I'm with that. Right.
And all I'm saying is we have people to do it. I say all the time, everybody's role ain't the same.
But slow down though. I'm with Jeff Ford saying it around the Stones. Because the Stones have an identity and a doctrine, and they all are aligned and in alignment. Black people ain't.
He wasn't talking about the Stones.
I know he was talking about black people, and that's my whole point.
You saying the Stones will go do it?
The Stones are in alignment. There's a code amongst the Stones.
So that's all I'm saying is we have those people in our group.
No, we don't. We have killers in our group. We have savages. They're like armed men for hire. We do not have codes in our group.
Okay.
The Stones have a code.
I hear you.
Right there, which makes them a group.
You all well, self?
Right? So Larry Hoover it's a hierarchy. We have a group. Black people alone do not have a group, even in the concept of just listening to Charleston White speak. If you, like I said, I went a little bit further. I went deeper. There's a conversation that he has about some kind of thing that was going on in Texas where the Klan lined up with some brothers, and he was so offended with the brothers, he wouldn't stay with the Klan. My man, you can't be on my team. I don't give a shit what you talk.
Yep.
I don't care what you talking about. You know what I mean? You can't be on my team. But at the same time, we see there's hundreds and thousands of brothers that are parading and championing this brother. You understand what I'm saying? So going to the point of the William O'Neal conversation, is easy to blend in because there is no standardized identity. There's no standardized culture.
Right.
I was listening to Amos Wilson this morning, and he was talking about culture, and we identify culture kind of like style of dress, very shallow,
surface level stuff. Yeah.
Right. And when it really breaks down to it, culture is an ideological viewpoint.
Yeah.
And we just don't have that. And it shows in his conversation. Because his ideological viewpoint is, I was mad. I was happy when Nate Robinson got knocked out by that white boy.
Yeah.
Right? By that white boy. Right? Then every other word was nigga, 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 nigga. Right? And we might not consciously be aware
that's
of
the thing.
this. We might not consciously be aware of
I feel
this,
it.
But he gave that white boy, just by saying white boy, a ring up on the hierarchy of value. Just by showing up as white. You know what I mean? So that ideologically, he already distant. He already away from us. We just don't recognize it because we buy into these same white supremacist philosophies.
No, I agree with you. Appreciate you, Audrey. Superficial was definitely the word we were looking for. No, that's real, right? But we do a lot of how we treat ourselves and how we treat each other is very subconscious. Like we're not really thinking to, treat you this way. We're not really thinking to denigrate me or another brother that way or a sister that way or my child that way. We've had that conversation too, right? We're not constantly making a decision to treat ourselves in that manner. But it happens because we've been conditioned to believe a lot of the same things that the white supremacist believes, which is the point that you were making earlier. I was just disagreeing slightly to say I don't see the white supremacist saying like, yo, y'all got to go kill this dude, right? But there are certainly elements of what he was saying that are absolutely aligned in that way. So I feel like always, it's nuance to that particular piece. I just also question you know, our inability or unwillingness to respond to certain attacks against our people. I think that we should be able to respond to those things in kind. That's really all I'm coming at that piece on. What's up?
Since we're here in this 444, let's rock out on this Fred Hampton information, specifically since we just mentioned the movie.
Cool. Let's pop into the Fred Hampton piece. Let me say honor and respect to King Salim. Always glad when you pop into the room. I had a chance to talk to Salim, and he was telling me like you know how everybody knows how well read he is and all the words he knows. He's like, man, that started from really just my mama like reading the comics to me when I was a shorty, because he was talking about you. I don't know. We mentioned you in the conversation. We was talking about how you say that you and I both were born above the scratch line for the mere fact that we had parents that cared about us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, you know, I grew up in a single-parent household. You grew up in a two-parent household, but our parents cared. And so just that put us above the scratch line. And so he was like, man, all that reading y'all be talking about I'm doing, he's like, that's just because my mom used to read the comics and stuff to me. And that's when I gained my fascination for, like, reading. It's those small things, man. But I got the video ready when you are here. I just wanted to give honor and respect to the king.
Let's rock.
Back at the assassination of Black Panther leader Fred Hampton in Chicago 51 years ago, and how new documents reveal more details about the FBI's role in the murder of the 21-year-old revolutionary. Fred Hampton was killed December 4th, 1969, when Chicago police raided his apartment and shot and killed him in his own bed. Black Panther leader Mark Clark was also killed by police in that raid. Authorities initially claimed the Panthers had opened fire on the police who were there to serve a search warrant for weapons. Evidence later emerged that told a very different story. The FBI, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, and Chicago police had conspired to assassinate Fred Hampton. Now, several hundred pages of FBI memos and reports obtained by historian and writer Aaron Leonard through a Freedom of Information Act request document that the director of the FBI's Domestic Intelligence Division, William Sullivan, and the head of the extremist section of the Domestic Intelligence Division, George Moore, both played key roles in planning the raid and the cover-up that followed.
It's 51 years after the incident and 40-some years after the trial. We had never gotten these documents before. But what they showed was that Hoover and Sullivan and Moore were following Roy Mitchell, a special agent in charge, very closely with regard to O'Neill. And they were complimenting him and rewarding him from the moment he gave the information and the floor plan to Special Agent Mitchell. They were congratulating Mitchell on what a wonderful job he did with this informant. Of course, Mitchell got the floor plan, gave it to Hanrahan's police, and that's what led to the raid. The floor plan even showed the bed where Hampton and Johnson would be sleeping. So we knew much of this. We knew O'Neill had gotten a bonus. We never knew Mitchell got a bonus. And we never knew that Hoover and Sullivan and Moore were starting to watch this in November, but 10 days before it happened. They were monitoring exactly what went on. And so it was approved at the highest level. And during the trial, we had sought to go up to Sullivan and Moore and Hoover, but the judge wouldn't allow us, and we thought perhaps even John Mitchell and Richard Nixon were involved. We didn't have these documents, so we couldn't uncover that. This also shows that after the raid, the head of the FBI in Chicago met with and congratulated the informant O'Neill, thanked him for his information, which led to the success of the raid. What's also interesting is 51 years later, these documents still have redactions. There's a specific redaction because an FBI agent had been called in front of a grand jury, and he was told, if you get asked any questions about blank, which is the FBI, leave the grand jury and report to your higher-ups. A year after the raid, the FBI role and COINTELPRO had never been disclosed. It was only about Hanrahan and the police. So it took us 13 years to uncover that it was COINTELPRO, a program whose objective was disrupt, destroy, and neutralize the Panthers, and specifically prevent the rise of a black messiah like Fred Hampton, who could unify and electrify the masses. It was this FBI program that led to the passing of the floor plan and the 90 shots, and Fred Hampton executed in his bed at 2:30 in the morning on December 4th. I think the cover-up continues in the fact that many of these pages contain redaction, including the information from O'Neill. So the things the FBI has still not released, we think showing the involvement of higher-ups. We do have a continuous rewarding of the Special Agent Roy Mitchell, referring to the success of the raid, how the raid was critical to the role of the FBI. So see, some of these documents are new. But for the next year, Roy Mitchell got congratulated for how well he had handled O'Neill and how important the information had gotten. And they continuously internally call the raid a success, while externally they were hiding it.
Well, when you listen to that, man, first of all, it just makes me angry. I can feel like my blood getting like hot every time. I love Fred Hampton. Like, he's one of, like, we talk about black historians. He is one of my favorites. I've for the past several years, I've contemplated getting a Fred Hampton tattoo. And I think ultimately I'm going to. But when you talk about that, man, it's first of all, CPD, for all of the foolishness that they do and for all of the atrocities that they commit, they don't run like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't run like that. They protect each other from their individual mishaps and misdoings and all those types of things. But in terms of this large scale operation to go and assassinate this dude, CPD ain't that deep. Like, that's a national, that's a Fed type of thing. They don't got it like that to do what they did. That has to come from a federal level. And so to find out that COINTELPRO was involved, of course they were. Right? You're talking about a 21-year-old dude. 21. Like, 21 years old. Let's address how young he was. Like, we act like leadership has to come from this place of, experience and all of this great wisdom and all of these. Man, you just got to care. You just got to care and have the gumption and the desire and the stick-to-itiveness, if you will, to continue that thing. And that's what he was. He was pursuing it. He's taking it to the front lines all the time with absolutely no fear. 21 years old, y'all kill this man in his sleep, 2:30 in the morning. Bothers me. Can we also, before you respond with something, go ahead, respond, because I get what I'm about to say ain't even serious, but I am going to say it later.
So, but this kind of goes to the Charleston White conversation for me.
In what way?
Right? This case, he was killed in 1969. Right? And I was born in 1976. That's 7 years. Right? And we're talking about essentially a 21-year-old Chicago black boy. Like, in the lexicon of the severity of the world or the power of this nation, where does Fred Hampton really fit? Right? But we just got word that the highest ranking FBI official and the United States government was involved in the massacre of a 21-year-old Chicago black boy. 7 years before I was born. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Contextually, even in the comments, it's like, it's easy for us to blame rap music.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for us to blame drugs, guns, whatever your pants sack. It's easy. But it's only easy because we avoid the truth and we don't have context.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, a 21-year-old black boy.
Mm-hmm.
The American government was involved in your assassination. How much recourse does a 21-year-old West Side black boy have to defend himself against the goddamn American government? And I'm going to pay my dollar.
No, don't pay it. I'll pay it for you if you want. Don't pay it. Like, he has no recourse against it. But what I prefer to look at it from the other side. And what does it say about the fragility of this system that we're all so scared of, that this 21-year-old shook them to their courts where they had to come in his crib and fire 100 shots? The FBI came to the west side of Chicago off Madison and Washington and Western. Was that crib on Washington or Madison?
I don't know exactly.
It was either on Madison. It's on the north side of the street. It was on the north side of the street. It was either on Saline. What street is that on? It was Madison or Washington. Right off Western. And y'all killed this, like, the FBI come. So that tells me, like, what that type of gumption, what that type of commitment can do to this system. It scares it to its core And if they see you kind of building up a following with that thing, like, they like, nah, go get him. He's the greatest threat to our system. The greatest threat to our system. Like, nah. Like, it should inspire you. It should piss you off, and then it should inspire you to say, this thing ain't as fortified as you think it is. If you are committed and you have the gumption to take it to their front door, it will scare the heck out of them people. He did it, and they came and killed him for it. Now, is that a reality of the situation, too? Do you have to accept that? Yeah. But so did Malcolm X, so did Dr. King, obviously.
So did
Chairman
Martin.
Fred. So did Trayvon. Well, I don't know that Trayvon Martin had to accept that reality.
He did, because it's the same moniker.
Mm-hmm.
Black masculinity is the biggest threat to this system, period. It don't matter how you leverage it, period. The rap boys, the boys that's spewing the rap music about codeine and heroin, they're victims to the same system.
Yeah, but I think the three guys I mentioned when we talk about Malcolm, Martin, and Fred, they understood that what they were doing was probably going to get them killed by white supremacy. I don't think that Trayvon knew that beating this dude ass was going to get me killed by white supremacy.
Having the information don't nonetheless make you less of a victim or more of a victim.
Yeah.
They all victims to the same consensus. They all victims, though. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when Charleston White jumps out and says, man, you niggas and it's you niggas problems, he's not recognizing the power of said system that creates that level of victimhood in our social dynamic. But when we champion that, it's because we don't recognize it either, which goes back into the statement that Salim just made. Salim asked us, how do we feel about Daniel Kaluuya playing Fred Hampton? Right?
Yeah.
I think Daniel Kaluuya is British or some shit. I owe you another $1.
Good, because I need change, because I just have to put the 20 in there for saying whatever I just said.
But my point is, outside of him being British, right, is one thing. Because we know, and in the context of what that means is like how they take away economics from our community because it's easier to play a British actor. Now, they'll say he's well-trained or better-trained, but it really breaks down to
well-trained ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't have our experience.
But it's also the economic structure of Great Britain.
Right.
They don't cost as much as black actors from California or Chicago.
Right.
So it's easier to leverage them. It's just a new position for slavery, just like they use the Hispanics today.
Right.
Right. It's a way to avoid our citizenship, our right to citizenship here. Right. Our right to this American experience. But outside of that, when this conversation arose a few years ago when they was making this movie, Daniel Kaluuya came out publicly and said, man, I don't want to have to make statements for black people. I don't care. I just want to be Daniel, who happens to be black.
I got $3 additional.
For me, that kind of a response, that right there speaks volumes. It's why the Jeff Ford could say it ain't gonna be no killing without no killing,
right?
Because the Stones is what he's aligned with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we gonna champion. I'm gonna go see this movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, I'm gonna see it in my house, one way or the other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we champion these ideas because we don't have that innate understanding of identity. So anything that looks like, I don't know, whatever's being sold to us in the moment is blackness, we value.
Yeah, Wood Harris would have been great to play him in the movie.
I love Wood Harris, and he's a Chicago boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but it is what it is.
2337 West Monroe is the address. Appreciate you, Gino. Yeah, no, that's a problem, man, and it's upsetting. It's a very, very, very real thing, but they use that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that to properly pay homage to him, you get a black actor to do it. You know what I mean? You get an ADOS actor to do it. You got Chairman Fred Hampton from the Black Panthers. The proper thing to do would be to get an ADOS person to play him. That's all I'm saying. Nothing against whatever the dude's name is. I forgot his name.
But at the same time, Fred Jr. is a consultant on the film. So, yeah, I mean, at that point,
consulting about stories and whatnot. But are you saying he shouldn't be a consultant unless you got?
It's your daddy's story. I would assume you have a little leeway in how you get it told.
Sure, right. But
I'm gonna just real quick interject. I also see every year they're doing GoFundMe's to keep that house open. So what does that say about his economic situation? Right?
Dire.
So
like most black people.
Really, his consultanship might be just, man, y'all gonna pay me?
Yeah,
right. But that again speaks to the vulnerability of the black experience. So just like Salim always says, we can't act in those certain manners or have that behavior outcome goal that we always tout
because the reality of it is survival is at the essence of our experience. So what's right or wrong really don't matter. And again, when everything's transactional, the goal is always just to win. It don't matter how.
Yeah.
I just need to win. I just need to eat.
Yeah.
But the rules get thrown out the window.
I'll say this about Fred Hampton Jr. I'll say, one, that perhaps he's just coming at it from a place of better to have some input than none, right? They're going to make the movie anyway. And so if they don't give me any say-so on who's going to portray my father in this film, then I still want input on the story that's kind of being told in whatever capacity, right? So I'll give him that. I don't know him well. I've met him a couple times. But I don't know him well to say what his motivation is in this thing.
And I don't either. I'm just hypothetically. I know that house every year is a threat to getting taken, foreclosed on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, listen, let's take a break, man. This is the first break we took. We didn't take one at the top of the last hour. But great conversation so far. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have an hour left in the show. This is I Said What I Said, Herb, and 2 till 6.
WIFTV PM.
Hey Chicago, it's Dawn Millhouse from the Book of Dawn. There's a lot of fake news about the COVID vaccine, just false information. So our station has joined the Protect Chicago team to help share the truth about the vaccine and dispel the rumors. I hear all the time, I've already had COVID. I don't need the vaccine. You're wrong. Get the facts by visiting the What's in It for the Black People media page on Facebook and www.chicago.gov/COVIDVax. That's COVIDVAX. We're in this together, Chicago. Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
WIFTV PM.
What the fuck be making niggas think they can fuck with me? Stay with a small circle to ensure I stay sucker free. Peace to the niggas rockin' those that truly got love for me. To the women that be lusting me, they dreaming of fucking me. Lick your fingertips and rub your clit to this and let my voice bring you the climax. My raps is more real than any 3D or IMAX. Listen and digest this fly shit like Venus flytraps. Side-eyed niggas that speak on my city, you Chirac. Niggas love glorifying stupid shit, the useless shit in front of cameras, goofy capping, act as if you used to shit. With Max producing shit, how could I fall short? I hit the booth and get the kicking shit of all sorts. Listen, I'm just a product of the inner city. I remember plenty nights there wasn't any lights and with no dinner in me. I was in tune with the harsh realities of life at an early age. Was used to struggle at an early stage. That made me appreciate the small shit. So now I kick that off the wall shit that leave these rapping niggas all sick. They say jealousy and envy get you nowhere, so I'd rather not go there. These niggas panic when I touch mics, I'm Rudy Gobert. I ain't the type to talk jazzy while hiding behind the screen naming Abby. You pushing buttons or trying to get at me, huh? I'm John Wick with the shit, I'm killing everything. While bitches sleeping on me, I'm setting fire to bed frames. Replacing alarm clocks with time bombs to bomb spots. This onslaught's for certain, these other niggas is long shots. Dousing your mattress in gasoline, it's asinine to try to find a rapper that rap is mean. I haven't seen a rap nigga that worry me yet. So far ahead of my time, I got fans that ain't heard of me yet. I'm not the nigga you should step to disrespectful. If I address you, won't be no rescue. They gon' have to dress you in a black suit and some dress shoes. Unless you suicidal or glutton for punishment, I'll never choose to rival the motherfuckers I'm running with.
making movies like he Paramount. Can't compare amounts. Always to the paper, even in the drought. Run it, 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 run it like Emmett. I need a percentage. Turn wifey to widow, and then she go missing. The baby's forgiven. We at your head like a scrimmage. We at your head like a scrimmage. Root come out like I'm a dentist. Run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it.
You bout that life? I'm bout that life. You ain't really bout that life. If you really bout that life, JC, spit a key. Let me test your work. Boss, you the boss? Let me test your work. Jeezy, you talking breezy? Let me test your work. Cam, you the man? Let me test your work. Dre and Snoop, like that chronic, I need something stronger. Molly cute, that's like an aspirin. For my daughter, big time, in the club, with a case of Ace. And I sniff that whole table, Scarface, another court case. I'm a frequent offender. When Wyclef was hot, I was gone to November. 6 years, hard time. Bobby was fucking up, Whitney could've been mine. We would've been so high and so in love. When Amy Winehouse died, I could've saved her. I could've smoked like half of that. She wouldn't have had to go in cardiac arrest. Hands up under her dress. Lindsay Lohan her mess, but I still cope above her breast. I must confess, I heard from a little birdie. Bring some crystal meth, you can get that from Fergie. Had a real nice dream, me and Charlie Sheen. Few Playboy bras, I was high in Rock Ford. Brick after brick, like Shaq at the free throw. I stay hard, I put coke in my pee hole. You bout that life? I'm bout that life. You ain't really bout that life. If you really bout that life, 50, get with me. Let me test your work. T.I., I'm trying to get high. Let me test your work. Birdman, I hear you, man. Let me test your work. Brick Squad, I like it hard. Let me test your work. I want that shit that made Britney shave her head. I want that shit made DMX say he a fed. I want that shit that had Amanda
Finished 6.25 mile run. Why do some people look so cute when they run? I mean, I've got my...
Move, bitch! Get out my fucking way! It's Black History Month!
That is the energy. That is the mood all month long. That is the energy. That is the mood all month long. I dig it. You still got your mask on.
I'm being safe.
I dig it too. Mace talking about some spit at the top of the glass. Ain't nobody spit. Ain't nobody spitting up there. If it was down here, I'd be like maybe.
Bolingbrook behavior, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bolingbrook behavior. Hey, I can't believe that y'all laughed that hard at Test Your Work every time. Y'all need to grow up. All of y'all.
Y'all need to grow up.
Yeah, all of y'all need to grow up, man. I'm tired of y'all acting like that, man. It's shameful at this point.
Yeah.
So you spent the last hour. I guess we didn't spend the whole hour talking about Chairman Fred. We started the last hour talking to Big Lavender. Then we hopped into the video from Charleston White. His last name Charleston White. Talked about that, and then showed the video for the upcoming film on Chairman Fred Hampton. Talked about that. There's another video that you want to show from Nate Parker, who is the star of the film American Skin, and also what else did he star in? Forgot, but
Nat Turner.
Right.
They shunned him around the Nat Turner because he said he had
the Me Too movement had popped up. Right. That it did taking advantage of some white woman in college.
I ain't seen this clip, but let's go ahead and run it.
So we ain't gonna play the whole thing, man. I'm trying to find a specific spot, so just bear with me.
Cool. Oh, that's not your fault. Lil Ron strikes again.
All right, it's Lil Ron.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we let Lil Ron.
He just vacated this post. That's all.
Yeah, just bathroom break without saying nothing.
Who knows, man?
After we came back from break.
Who knows? You know what I mean? It's like you need to call a timeout right after we come out of timeout. You know what I mean? It's Lil Ron.
That's why we hire Hispanics to cut our grass. They're reliable. You know what I mean? This is part of the problem. I blame white supremacy again.
The words of Tucson Warner.
I'm just saying, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
What's wrong with you,
Consistency is important. You know what I mean? Look, this is true story. True story.
But the thing is that normally when we talk about how bad Lil Ron is, we juxtapose that with how good Esco is.
And I love Esco.
And so then when you say that's why we hire this man.
She comes through. Consistent. She comes through. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness gracious.
But true story, man. When we was on air yesterday, my auntie was blowing my phone up. Yes, it's just my nature. My auntie was blowing my phone up. So I was like, Auntie, I'm on air, and I hit her back on a text. She's like, look, when you finish, I need you to call me because I'm snowed in and I can't drive my car. Now my auntie's still on 95th Street. You know what I mean? Matriarch of the family. I'm going to ride for my auntie, whatever she needs.
Got to.
You know what I mean? Her grandson lives down the street here, right? He's
from here or from 95th?
From here.
Okay, cool.
So he's
cool, yeah.
He's in his early 20s. So she was like, I'm stuck. Call Milk Dud, come shovel me out. Both of y'all come shovel me out. That's her grandson. So I called Milk Dud. I called Milk Dud when I leave. Like, look, man, we're going to get Auntie out the snow.
I love black folks' nicknames. Let's talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to get Auntie out the snow. I'm finna come pick you up. I didn't ask, was you available? I just said I'm coming to pick you up.
Right. We go.
Not knowing that my auntie had like real shovels because it's real snow on the ground. So I called Eric too. Like, man, go get the cold shovel out the garage. I'm gonna come grab you too. My mindset says I'm gonna go grab both these young boys. They're gonna shovel.
Many hands make light work.
Absolutely. They have no intent of shoveling her out at all.
I've come to orchestrate and oversee.
I'm the chariot. That's it. Right? I got the horse. Y'all get in the car. You know what I mean? So I pull up on Milk Dud and he calls me back like, you sure you want to go tonight? Let's go tomorrow. I said, man, I'm outside. Bring your butt downstairs. Right. Let's go.
Right.
So he's like, all right, man. So he runs down. I call Eric. He brings the shovel. We go do it. Now I'm in the crib while they shoveling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm sending emails because I still got work to do. And my auntie comes back in. She's like, man, these young boys don't know nothing about no work. Like, she's overseeing the whole thing from the door too. She ain't left out the house either.
Right.
But she's appalled at about
how they doing
it. Stuff.
Unbelievable.
So I had to go out there and I shoveled it in like 5 seconds after I got my work done. I still ended up doing work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they was like, well, you ain't we did all the real work. I said, no. You really did.
Because if y'all were, y'all should have been
just
done.
Don't know how to work.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's imperative, though. It's imperative that we teach young boys to be young men, and it's part of the narrative. You know what I mean?
T-Bone, Junebug, Pookie, Ray Ray. I hate the Pookie and Ray Ray. That's the one that bothers me. That one comes out all the time.
I never met a Ray Ray. I know some Pookies, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I think I might have known one Pookie, and I actually got a cousin named Ray Ray, but his name is Ray. Like, I don't know. I just the Pookie. It's always Pookie and Ray Ray. Every time people want to be like these, these generic black name, Pookie Ray Ray and them. Like, I'm sick of Pookie Ray Ray and them. We gotta find somebody else.
Milk Dud Hoover when he young.
Oh, shout out to the Dolphins, man. I love Milk Dud. It's my man's in
the dog, Jalen for sale. Right. So for his senior night, we all got T-shirts, and I made up the name Milk Dud when he was born. Right.
Milk Dud.
So we all got T-shirts made with some. I did a little design of him, look like him, character of him playing, and I was gonna put Milk Dud and his number real big on him, and he was like, "Don't put Milk Dud."
No, I got. This is Whitney Young, man. I got girls in here, man. Stop playing.
Ladies know me up here.
Man, these nicknames is interesting in black families, man. I guess probably in any families, really, especially when it's been your nickname so long and everybody is so committed to it. I don't know your actual name.
Real talk.
You got people like that?
Boog. Don't nobody know Boog real name. Nobody.
It's a real thing, G.
I remember this is a true story. We was at the crib one day. Somebody came to the door and asked for.
Boo Man is a good one.
They asked for Boog by his real name, right? And I was like, "Oh, you got the wrong crib." Now I know Boog's real name, but I know nobody would come
you're in the wrong place, Phil. You must be the feds. Stop it.
Oh, you got the wrong spot.
Stop it.
You definitely in the wrong spot.
I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story, and I don't ask because I'm not gonna tell y'all. Okay. I'm not gonna tell y'all the story at all. I'm not gonna tell y'all the story at all. I'll just say my mama called me one day, and based on what she called me, I knew this was a bad situation. My mom was like, Herbert, and I was like, mm-mm.
This ain't a good look.
This is something is wrong here.
You called my house and you asked for me by my first name. I know it's a bill collector. I'm in trouble.
Nah, she called me and she like, Herbert, you still coming this way? And I'm like, I was, but I'm not now. Like that is weird. But anyway, nicknames, man. When you don't know people's name at all, what you doing, bro?
Trying to get his attention. Tell him we finna play this video.
Well, just tell him he don't be half paying attention. Something
he
wrong
don't
with
be
the boy.
paying attention. He's in there talking to Loaded Holmes.
I'm listening.
He in there talking to Loaded Holmes.
He on conference call with the whole Loaded Holmes.
Look, if y'all missed the top of the show, Lil Ron had a date with a young lady from Loaded Holmes, so we've been messing with him about that. But some of these nicknames, man, I don't know people's. So I had in-laws, right? I've been around these people like 15 years. I only know this lady's name is Doll Baby. Sit, Doll Baby. Doll Baby. That's what the people call them. I got cousins that my mama only call, like these people grown now. To this day, my mama still call my little cousin Diamond Onion Head. That's the only thing she ever calls her, Onion Head. She called her brother Chunky Cheese. My auntie Donna that was in here earlier, them her kids. She called her Onion Head, Chunky Cheese, and Monkey Monk. Them the three.
I call Eric Stink in public.
Stink. Like sometimes you don't even know these people's name. Like, dang, that's they nickname. I got a OG that I only know as GD Bird. For $100 million, if we put $100 million on this table, like, what's his name? I couldn't tell you. I've been knowing this man 15 years, like longer than that. Just GD Bird. It's his name. Anyhow, what's the thing you want to play? Oh,
Nate Parker.
Right, I got it.
You good, Ron?
Ron, can we play that? Do we got your permission to play this video?
Cool.
Yeah, I can do it.
Thank you.
Give us your blessing. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Couldn't do it without you, literally.
Detriment.
Right.
You know, a lot of times, you know, we've seen folks rebel against. A lot of the times we've seen folks rebel against officers in America. It's been military veterans. I'm thinking about what's the brother Chris?
Donner.
Chris, what's his name?
Donner. Chris Donner.
Chris Donner. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think subjugation leads to revolution. I think you marginalize a person long enough, especially when a person has sacrificed in a way where they have integrity and they know they're right. Because that's the thing about this country. Sometimes it's like no matter how right you are, you're still wrong, right? Like even like we just talked about, and be like, no matter how right we are, we still got to tell our kids to shut up,
right?
And that they don't have rights, and that they better put their hands on the steering wheel like this. You know, so I think that at some point people hit a breaking point. We talk a lot. You've heard how many conversations we heard about? We got to talk about mental illness in the Black community. True, but don't we got to talk about how a lot of those people have those psychic breaks, and where that untreated trauma comes from?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know people in the streets that we be like, man, he's off. Oh man, don't cross him. Again, symptomatic. We talk about the symptoms, but we don't talk about the sickness. When you break a person's mind over and over and over, which is the plantation, right? At some point, they will become what we are encouraging them to be. You know, whether it be an animal, whether it be a monster, whether it be a killer, whether it be a hustler, whether it be a pimp. We don't talk about the sickness. We only talk about, the symptom.
Right. Now, do you care about?
So that's all I wanted to play. But
Salim said it looked like he in a confessional
at
the Catholic Church.
But that goes right into that Charleston White conversation. You know what I mean? Also, I saw my cousin Gabby in the comments. She was talking about Deacon P is the nickname I also made up for my family. That's her son. That's my nephew. Paris, I call him Deacon P.
Deacon P?
Always look like a preacher. Deacon
dig
P.
it.
Everybody in the family call him Deacon P.
Got another little cousin named Jordan. My mama only calls him player. Since he was this high, because he's always brushing his hair, got deep 360s. Mama call him player to this day. Boy bring his girlfriend around. Hey, player. Like, you got to stop doing that to that boy.
But that Nate Parker clip was important to me, right? Because it's specifically, you know how I feel about therapy, right? And Nate Parker just brought it up in that conversation. He's like, yeah, we always talk about mental health, but we don't talk about the root or the origin that creates these kind of people. And when they turn into the people that this environment creates them to be, we like, what's wrong with them? Because when you fully assimilated, you can't assimilate to nothing but insanity. You just can't.
Ain't no way around it.
It's no way around it. So
Nah.
when you fully master this shit, you insane.
You in that? Yep. Hot buck. Hot buck. We had $21. We are at $21. We are 2 days in and $21. If we keep up at that pace, okay, because how many shows we got to do this month? Because yesterday was the first, right? So we ain't going to miss no days.
It's Black History Month, so it's a short month.
You're so stupid. Okay, so 5, we're gonna do 20 shows. Will that get us through, or does the weekend take us out? Wait, yeah, we're gonna do 2 because Monday was the first. So that means Monday will be the 28th. That last Monday will be the 28th. So we're gonna do actually 21 shows. We're gonna do 21 shows, and at $21 a day, and we ain't even finished this hour yet. Yeah, we're gonna come up off a little bit of bread.
Couple hundred.
We're gonna come up off a little bit of bread, but that'll be what's up, man.
Unless we train ourselves, it'll be a couple hundred in that joint.
Yeah, I imagine by the end of the month we'll slow down. They say anything you do for 21 days becomes a habit. We might stop cursing, period.
Bless your heart.
I might stop eating meat if I keep up on this vegan challenge, plant-based challenge with Brother Sadiq.
I might stop eating red meat. But I keep telling you, my wife and them keep bringing that chicken in the house, and I'm struggling. I'll be like, hey.
No, this is a problem. Listen,
allergy.
In no way, shape, or form am I finna sit here and lie to the fam. I fell off the wagon over the course of this thing, but for the most part, I've been good. But sometimes I've had heck, I went on a date.
Heck,
I went on a date Saturday and I had some fajitas.
Hey, 40-year version. You know, I know you get.
You know, because I went on a date.
No, because you said heck.
What else can I say? Y'all taking on my vocabulary away. Y'all know I don't have a Salim Muwakil vocabulary. I got a Herb Howard vocabulary. I did go on a date Saturday, Candace. It was good too. And then I ate some fajitas. But this is what I'm saying. This is why I said that though. How I might stop because my body responded to it differently. I could feel like it slowly trying to process thing, and it was just different from all the plant-based stuff I've been eating for the majority of the last month or so. Because it's like week 4. I think this is starting like week 5 for me because I started a week early. So it's starting week 4 for you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I started a week early, so I really think I'm starting like week 5, maybe it's week 4.
I'm just gonna stop when Sadiq say stop.
Yeah, then you're gonna stop.
Yeah.
I think I'm for the most part I'm gonna keep it rolling because it's just good for me. I'm losing weight. I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling a little bit more energized, and I'm even more regular.
Bless your heart.
But I felt some irregularities when I had that doggone chicken and steak fajita stuff trying to get out. That wasn't as simple. But I've been doing my thing, man. This morning I had some sea moss.
Good job, G. I had some sea moss. I eat sea moss every day.
Shout out to Juliet Scott, man. She gave me some sea moss.
What kind did you have? What was the color?
It was the gel. It was like a sea moss gel. It was like beige color. Kind of looked like applesauce.
Yeah, they be mixing it with different stuff.
Yeah, it kind of looked like applesauce. It wasn't the exact texture of applesauce. It was more of a texture of a Jello, but it kind of looked like that color.
Shout out to Tiffany Yates, man. Tiff,
yeah, what's up, Tiff?
Tiff, when I got hit with the COVID, she dropped off about a bucket load of sea moss. So I got sea moss for days.
Oh, that's what's up.
And so I've been putting it in all my smoothies and stuff like that.
You got it like in this raw form, like the green grass form?
I got the green gel form, but then I got my other brother bought me some too, and it's like you said, the applesauce looking joints.
Okay.
Now in my tea, I do the applesauce looking joints, but in my smoothie I do the green because the green got like chunks in it just from my palate. I don't like just taste.
It wasn't pleasant. Yeah. I'll say that it wasn't pleasant. But I just washed it down with a glass of ginger juice from Yasa over there on 35th and King Drive. I always stop in there and get that ginger juice.
But I don't want to minimize this Nate Parker conversation.
Yeah, come on, let's hop into it.
And shout out to the Breakfast Club. I usually be dookie on the Breakfast Club. I really do. But that was a really good interview, and it was a really good interview because it was mainly led by Nate Parker. You know what I mean? He was holding court and he was having a conversation. But and of course he was addressed. I think the question was like when you see somebody buck up against the police, in recent history, they're usually militarily trained. You know what I mean? Or they have some understanding of the law. They have some understanding of, American combat per se, which is why they brought up the Chris Darden, but I don't know, not Chris Darden, whatever his name was. The brother that they killed in California that time, or they think they killed in California with the robot. They have no proof of that. But his response was exactly what, I've been saying for a while now. It's like this design, specifically from a black masculine standpoint.
Yes, sir.
To navigate through it, you got to capitulate at every level. And by the very nature of masculinity, if you live your entirety like that, what you grow into is something other than a man. Right? So the very thing that we strive to, it's like we avoid the journey to achieve the destination. You know what I mean? So we look at, when you think about core tenets of manhood, you won't always get protection and provision. You know what I mean? And that's even when we had a Relationship Friday conversations, protection and provision comes up. You know, but when you are a subservient person and you're in a caste system, how viable are you as a protector or provider? Which brings us back to the conversation of what is manhood? And have we achieved it as a group? As a group. So then you get this Charleston white boy who's like lightning in the bottle in regards to like the attention he's galvanizing, garnering.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he looks like Tough Tony.
Right.
But he's only Tough Tony to those who are already been beaten into submission. And he even said that at the end. He was like, you know what it is to kill a black man? He already dead.
He already dead. Walking dead.
And I agree with him.
He out on his feet.
I agree with him in that portion, but that is the main villain in your story.
That's why you beating on him.
That's why you're beating on him. Because if you deal with the real Goliath here, it's going to be a different response. It's going to be Fred Hampton versus the United States of America.
So I think that you are dealing with, like we say all the time, fighting a war on multiple fronts. Obviously, all of us know that that is not the best way to fight a war. That is not the most efficient way or effective way even to fight a war. You don't want to divide up your resources like that, but that is the circumstance that we find ourselves in. We got to fight this war on multiple fronts. And so at the same time as we're taking it to the door of white supremacy, we also have to be taking it to our own doors in our own house to say, what are we doing to be complicit in this? Because I do believe that we have been complicit in our own demise. Not the cause of it, but certainly complicit in it. And he is addressing that side of it. Where have we been complicit? What do those behaviors look like, and calling them out for it? And so I understand that piece, but I'm more so about getting to the root cause than treating these symptoms, right? But I do think it's important that we stop being complicit. Like we helping them out. We helping them out. So as much as they throwing punches at us, we helping them out. What's up?
I'm laughing at Devin typing Dookie and heck.
Yeah, I saw he said Dookie heck. WTF, man.
You trying to respect the ancestors, man.
Hey, listen. Devin say, listen, I was riding hard for Iswis this morning. If this what y'all gonna be doing, man, I'm just might as well just go watch Iswis for Saints. Okay? He was in there riding hard for us on the Ruthie Moore show this morning. He said, I ain't gonna be riding for y'all if y'all gonna be out here clowning, man.
Christopher Dorner, that's his name. Yeah, thanks, Alvin. I agree. Yeah, that's his name. The brother that they killed in I think it was California. I think it was.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but it's a very, very real thing. I like Nate Parker. I like the characters that he takes on. I think that says something about you. I mean, obviously you're an actor and the check big enough, you'll probably go ahead and do it. But I think there's a reason that he continues to get certain roles.
Well, this is his movie. It's not just a role. Like, he's heavy in this movie. I don't know what role that would be, producer, director. I don't know.
I'm talking about like American Skin.
This is his movie.
That's his film.
Yeah.
Okay.
His film.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They kind of blackballed dude after the Nat Turner movie, but it wasn't about the Nat Turner. It was about the rape of the white woman.
The Me Too
assumed rape of the white woman.
Yeah, you got to come get him now. You got to come get him. That is to be expected. Again, like we was talking about with Dr. King, with Brother Malcolm, with young Trayvon, with Chairman Fred, like, you got to expect they coming. Once you make that type of contribution to blackness, they're coming. Understand that. They come before you even get here. And you ain't done nothing to nobody. You a fetus. They coming for you.
But right, that's the real conversation.
They coming for you anyway.
That's
so you got to understand that once you do something to make a large contribution to blackness and to strengthen our cause, they 100% coming for you.
But see, we don't recognize in
like you specifically, not just like the general coming for black people.
Yeah, we don't recognize that they're coming, right? Because we operate from the standpoint of the Charleston white mindset. Our faith is our own. We internalize those faiths, and we really believe that. Hence, you get the lack of self-esteem, you get the constant depression, you get the constant anger that you get from our community. I saw a little Instagram, clip of Gilly the Kid, or whatever his name is these days. He was like, man, one of the hardest things to do in America is to be black and wake up happy.
It's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
It is tough. You got to find reasons to be happy.
Also goes to the Baldwin quote, right? To be black and conscious in America is to be in a state of constant anger. constant rage. I mean, that's real. Now, most times we can't articulate where that rage comes from, and we internalize it as our own personal failures, right? But the reality of it is that we have been set up inside of a system to be a continual caste system, right? And as that system, you just going to continually lose. And from a man perspective, specifically when you get back to those core tenets again about provision and protection, and you see the failure, and the failure is just immense, and you can't overcome it, right? And I don't care
it weighs on
who you are. Yo, lady's going to bring that to your front door. What's wrong with you? And this is going to start affecting every other asset in your life. Your relationship with your little lady, your relationship with your children, your relationship with your community. It's going to happen. Right? Baldwin talked about in that book I was reading on there at that time. That was written in 1960, whatever.
Yeah.
The story hasn't changed. It's cyclical. You know what I mean?
Same thing.
So, again, we can attack the dudes in the Baldwin book who was standing on the corner sipping the wine. We can we could blame the heroin addicts of the late 70s, 80s.
You could.
We could blame the gangbangers of the 90s.
You could.
We could blame the carjackers of 220.
You could.
You can keep blaming whoever you want, but they're really not to blame. They all are victims.
Yeah. This ain't a chicken or the egg conversation. Some things we have conversations about, and I say, oh, that's a chicken or egg thing, right? Is culture influencing the music, or is the music reflecting the culture? You know what I mean? Chicken or the egg thing. But this is not a chicken or the egg thing. It's very, very clearly defined which came first to cause this outcome. And so long as that cause doesn't change, then the outcome won't change either. And we can try to treat everything else in between as long as we want. We can be mad at this person, mad at the black man, mad at the black woman, mad at the black child, mad at the black preacher, mad at we can be mad at whoever you want to be, the black athlete, actor, whomever you want to be mad at. If we don't get to what is actually causing it, the result is not going to change. The outcome will certainly be the same. It just is what it is. It is what it is. Ain't no way around it. So I don't know how we get to that piece, right? Because I think that a lot of times we treat what's in our face. You know what I mean? You treat what it is that you can see, and what you can't see is like, that's not really a big deal. It's like the dust under your bed. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna leave the dust around the floor outside of your bed, but under your bed, it's dust under there, fam. Like, get that part. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't. We treat the thing that is in our face. And so if I leave my home, I can see the young boys in the corner. They are the problem. You know what I'm saying? White supremacy ain't making all this noise on my block, but it is, though. You know what I'm saying? But it is, though. White supremacy ain't out here selling drugs and shooting people, but it is, though.
It is, though.
It is.
Like Fuller, man.
Like whether you can see that or not is about your inability
you fully
to
understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works. Everything you think you understand will only confuse you.
There it is.
Period.
Whether you see it that way or not only speaks to whether or not you have fully understood white supremacy or not yet, right? And if you see those boys on the corner as the problem, or you see the drug dealers, or you see the little girls twerking, or you see whatever, if that's what you see as the problem, you haven't fully understood white supremacy
the cancer
yet.
From where it's metastasized at.
That's it, my brother.
You've not gotten to the root.
That's it, my brother.
And that's where we all are. So again, context is always important. So I'm just
two good ideas.
I just be looking at the entirety of the scope of things, right? And I'm kind of in that place of purgatory almost. Like I'm in between. I'm in between that elder generation and I'm in between that young generation. And the kind of way I live, I touch bases on all of them. You know what I mean? And I'm exposed to different ideas coming from both generations, right? Both ideologies and both lifestyles. And there's a humongous gap. But I see failure in the elders because of their commitment to the construct, right? In a lot of ways. I see failure in the youth because of their lack of information, but willingness to revolt from the construct.
Yeah.
Right? So you really think you're revolting, but you're not.
Nah, because you don't really understand what
You're
you should be revolting
yourself
against.
with the construct because you don't understand the construct in its totality. You know what I mean?
So even to the brother who was on here the other day, the comedian brother, he was like, we millennials, Herb.
Right.
We created
We
the woke
start-
generation.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it in your face.
I let it ride.
You did, but I saw it in your
But
face.
It was there. Like, okay,
Because he was getting to a different point.
let's get to the joke.
Right.
That's how I took it. You know what I mean? Let's get to the joke.
I saw it in your face.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But in his mind, that wasn't really, that was a setup for the joke.
But he-
it was
but he meant
also
it.
his truth.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was also his truth.
Yeah.
You know, and that scares me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it speaks volumes. It speaks to one, we're not having any of those dialogues, and we're not necessarily
But what he was saying wasn't all that inaccurate in terms of because he was speaking specifically about like how liberal of a generation that we can be as millennials, right? And he's saying like we started that like, and that's kind of true, bro. Even like one generation above us, your generation, y'all be like, man, we ain't with all that goofy cross-dressing tight pants stuff. We ain't that liberal.
context, though.
Things should go this way.
Context,
Boys
though.
dressed like this, girls dressed like that.
Context, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Again, anything in the bottle, like we have this tendency to think that life started with us. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not necessarily a biblical scholar. I'm not necessarily even that bought into the Bible as a concept.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is the basis of literature, right? Sodom and Gomorrah is in the Bible.
Yeah.
And that just the same thing. You call it liberal, we ain't got no rules. Context is important. And what happened at the Sodom?
You just made my point, sir.
What happened at the Sodom and Gomorrah?
You literally just made my point.
Okay.
But you literally just made my point by saying all this liberal stuff y'all be doing, that's the devil's work. That's what he was saying. We started this thing. Before our generation, that was like, no, that's...
He wasn't saying that.
Yes, that is what he's saying, because he was saying his daughter is trying to out-liberal us. We started this liberal stuff, where accepting people and letting them be who they are. Now my daughter thinks she can pick her own pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't in context to the devil's work.
No.
He was praising it. Like, we got this
exactly.
right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I missed that part. My bad.
Yeah.
My apologies, brother.
No, we good. No, because I felt what you were saying. It is what it is. Because could you imagine somebody like prominent black athlete in like the 50s saying his son is his daughter?
Hey, Jack Johnson was what? I don't know, was it 20s?
Yeah. What'd he do?
I'm sleep with every white woman I want to.
Oh.
Hey, what you gonna do?
Jack Johnson is probably why you light skin. Okay? he put up numbers, okay? All the white women watching him knock white dudes out?
Under that same act, G, do you know that Genghis Khan, right, raped so many Asian women?
Yeah, he wiped out an entire, Mm-hmm. Come on.
He wiped out,
Come on.
I think it was the Y chromosome, whichever one that makes boys.
Come on.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it's
The Y,
one that makes
yeah.
boys.
Mhm.
Yeah, he wiped out the Y chromosome. Brother, what kind of work was he putting in?
Hey, fam, let me test your work, fam.
He was legitimately
He was
testing
out there
work.
testing work.
That's
That's
wild.
bananas. I don't even, like, just scientifically speaking, I don't even know how, you know what I mean?
How much box was he stealing? G?
And shooting the club up on
Wow.
the regular.
That's a wild story.
That's
bro.
wow. That's wow. Speaking of test your work, Cherie came up with a phenomenal idea just a little bit ago. She says that we need an Iswis after dark. Let me test your twerk, is what she said.
Well, that'll be up to her. I'll watch frequently.
Let me test your twerk. I dig it. Mary came with a good idea, too. She said we need an Iswis Boy Scouts.
Hey, what's that mean? That sounds a little bit, hey, you know how I know you gay?
That's how conservative your generation was. Boy Scout was like a derogatory term that y'all used to describe people with alternative
Hey, check the data.
sexual
Check the
orientation.
data.
Boy Scout.
Check the data.
Boy Scout.
It might be some proof to that. Check the data. I'm just saying.
He's a Boy Scout
Check the data.
and a fairy. What is a fairy? I know how y'all use it. I'm saying, what is it, fam? Don't be scared, Tucson.
No, I'm scared. I'm cool.
Don't be scared to let me test your twerk, fam.
I'm absolutely afraid. I'm okay.
We get some twerkers popping. Just pop them in on the screen.
No, I'm cool.
One at a time.
Not on me.
See who win the twerk. Tucson, I like sleeping in my bed, fam.
That's right, G. I'm not having any problems at my house.
Oh, I'm just being serious. That's funny.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll consider it.
ROW said Genghis
Let me
Khan
stop
is estimated to be related to 1.6 billion people.
Yeah, so any random person,
1.6 billion. Let me go back. That's wow.
any random person you grab and test It's a good chance that they got some Genghis Khan running
That's
through
his
it.
great grandson.
You know what I'm saying?
Granddaughter.
Yeah, like
getting it popping.
they do them, you know, DNA tests where they go back and look through all your whole entire genealogy. Like, you're 75% this and 13% that, and you're 1% in Genghis Khan. Just like that's bananas, G. And it would be absolutely hilarious if he weren't raping them, right? That's the only reason I'm not like falling out laughing about it, because that is crazy for him to be able to do that. Like, that's bananas.
Somebody came in here in the comments one time, and they was one of them super deep spiritual people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just beyond my understanding at this point.
They get deeper than need be.
Yeah, they deeper than I am, at least. You know, not to say they deeper than need be. They just.
No, I'm saying they deeper than need be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was intrigued though,
Mm-hmm.
because what this person said was that there's only one human, and we're all having.
Already. Stop. You're looking at me and I'm looking at you. That lets us both know that this. No.
We're projecting these different experiences.
No, we're not, sir.
I think it's an idea that I can toy with. I think it's kind of a brilliant idea. I think it's something that's intriguing.
All right, so from now on,
I made you, Herb. You're a figment of my imagination.
That's cool. Yeah. From now on, every single time. Every single time I say something that I say I'm cool
back to
with,
the studio.
and you are not cool with it, I'm like, no, you already did it. We the same person, bro. So don't tell me you're not with the stripper life. Don't tell me you're not with the poly life. Don't tell me you're not with none of that, because you are the same person.
Life?
Huh?
You with the poly life? What's poly life mean?
Oh my goodness. Let's please not go there right now.
Okay, I don't have to.
I don't believe in monogamy. You know that.
I didn't know what poly means. That sounded a little bit. You know, I know you gay too.
Poly, multiple, and more.
Well, say the whole word.
Multiple love.
Well, you sure that it makes it sound
no,
very
because poly could be a lot of things.
versionist.
It don't have to be polyamorous. It could be. It's polygamy. It's polygyny. It's a lot. Poly is just the.
You just say the whole word for me. Just
no, because Jesus,
just say the whole word. It just makes it that much better. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to say look over. I don't want to have to look over to the figment of my imagination. And
You've
say,
already done
hey,
it.
you know how I know you're gay too? The figment whose imagination is gay. You know how I know the
You've already done it. You've already done everything I've done.
Look at it. You see the figment of my imagination. I just projected him back to the studio. He showed up.
I love when Ron don't know what's going on.
Reality.
That look on his face when he don't know what's happening.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
That's the look that I love on his face right there.
I'm creating this reality. I summoned him back to the studio. He came right back. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's a brilliant idea.
No, I've heard people explain it. That we're all one person and we're all just having a shared experience. And I've heard people say that none of this is real. Right? This ain't even real. And every time when they be like, this ain't real, I pinch them.
So ROW says if we want to project the figment of our imagination and have some poly couples come on, she can help us project out to those poly couples.
Let's project it.
Let's project it to those
poly couples. Let's project it, ROW.
That'll be right up. That'll be right up my projection of Herb's idea of a conversation.
Adrian would love to have that conversation this Friday.
Man, let's do it.
Poly welcome letters. Poly welcomes letters. We do.
What's that mean?
I don't know. But I thought it said poly welcomes letters like the poly people send us letters.
I'm just saying.
You know how I know you gay?
You know how I know you gay? That sounds a little bit like
that.
Not
Mary gay too? So I know you gay.
That sounds a little bit gayish.
Jermaine Stevens, I need you, brother. Oh, she tagged him in here.
Okay, salute to the homie Jermaine.
Good job, Jermaine, for figuring out this flawed relationship construct doesn't work.
Projected Jermaine to the comments.
Of
You
course,
know what I'm saying?
You speaking into existence.
That's right, man.
I told you last week that if we can tap into our brains, we can create our reality. Now I'm not going to the place that you're going to. About we all the same person
right now. Follow me, Herb. We're vibrating higher.
She said LBGTQZY. What? I didn't even know it was another word.
I don't. You know, hey, I don't get past gay. Y'all let them let us know.
You don't get past Boy Scout.
Yeah, Boy Scout.
Pansy.
Yeah,
You still say that kind of stuff.
I'm comfortable right there.
You are terrible, dog. You are terrible. It's 2021. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. All I'm saying is you can create your reality. I'm not going to the place where you go with this whole mental thing, but hold on.
Don't you do it. I didn't already told you. Don't you do it.
How you know?
I already told you. Don't you do it.
All right, I'm done. You know she was upset with me for real.
Don't you do it.
She was really upset with me. Only 4 people spoke to me. She was upset. She was not happy. You hear me? She was not happy. But I do think that we can create our reality. I do think that we can use our mind and like once we decide that this is what the reality is, you can put that energy out there and the universe will respond to it. And you'll bring you those things. Now, that's the same person stuff. I don't know. But you can create certain realities, man. It's a song
let's say
called.
That's true. This is hypothetical.
Sure.
All this is hypothetical.
Sure.
Right?
let's say we are this one human having all these multiple experiences, right? And let's say we've projected
That is
this.
so crazy.
Let's say we've projected this construct of blackness, this idea of blackness. And if we can kind of, what's the word I want to use here? Elevate ourselves or elevate our group as a projection of our mind. What's that say about where our mind is vibrating in regards to blackness? Because if we could create the reality, then we've just settled into this construct.
Oh, the Jermaine Stevens brother already popped in.
We summoned them.
We used
Numrum yo kekyo. We round here with this.
Hey, what was Martin saying on the episode of Martin when he went to the little live with the monks and all that?
You finna be mad again because I don't like Martin. I don't know. Just saying, I don't. Martin, the TV show is as bad as Boys the Men's albums. I'm telling you, it's not funny to me. It's not. He was like,
I ain't like that shit either. He was doing too much.
Bring that money here. But I just couldn't get into it. Yeah, with that slapstick comedy. G. He's not that funny. Now, some of his stand-ups is kind of funny. But the TV show, I never got into it. Never, G. I might have seen 3 episodes.
You are unbelievable, dog.
I might have seen 3
Jermaine
episodes.
said I'd do it for sure. I would love to add 2 people, a woman and another man, possibly. Yeah, man, let's work it out. ROW, maybe connect us in like a messenger group chat or something. We can set it up that way. Thanks for that hot buck. We would love to have that conversation. We do relationship talks on Friday, so we can set it up. Maybe I had a conversation I kind of want to have this Friday. Maybe this Friday or next Friday, or maybe we can do both. But either way, connect us in like a messenger or something. We can chop it up, man. So I appreciate you being willing. Certainly looking forward to have the conversation. I am more like you. Tucson is more like Tucson.
That's right. I'm the person.
You're the person.
The experiences.
Me and Jermaine, we just kind of
anchor point.
What's wrong with this dude, man?
I am the king. No, that's real though.
No, but so there's a song right now, man. It's my favorite song right now. I listen to it more than I care to admit. I like Jamie Foxx better than Martin.
The Jamie Foxx show, or just Jamie
Tierra.
Foxx as a person? I don't really like Jamie Foxx's show. That Jamie Foxx show wasn't necessarily a good show.
Braxton? No.
Yeah, that was kind of
funnier than
Hey,
Martin.
did you see the movie where Braxton was a gangster from Gary, Indiana?
Yes.
Oh my God, that was the
You
most
can't help but laugh.
hilarious thing in the world.
And it's like he's seriously trying to be a thug.
He was
It's like
being Braxton as a thug.
he was.
I was
though.
like, oh, this is hilarious. Man.
Like some roles.
They completely disrespected Gary, Indiana.
Some roles they completely destroy you. Like some roles they just completely throw you out the game. You can't pop back into something else. You know what I'm saying? Like you play something and it typecast you in a way that you can't get out of it. Braxton can't not be a goofy type. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that guy's name is, he can't be a character that isn't Braxton.
Farnsworth Bentley.
Yes. You can't not be the dude who carried Diddy's umbrella. I don't care
what
what
Farnsworth Bentley. He's not Farnsworth Bentley.
I know, but whatever you go on to do, he's gone on to do a lot of things on his own. But he'll always be the dude goofy dancing around with Diddy's umbrella. Like that's just what it is. Listen, man, it's a song. It's by an artist named Victoria Monet. The song is called Moment. And the very first lyrics of the song is talking about what we talking about being a project. Now she's talking about relationships and all that, whatever. It's a fire song. It's real sexy, but the song is fire. But the first lines of the song say, I got this feeling that you brought me to you. Right?
Yeah,
like we ain't know each other. I got this feeling that you brought me to you.
I just pulled him up.
It said, I got this feeling that you brought me to you. Look what your mind's imagination can do, making it true. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a real thing. I got this feeling that you brought me to with your mind. You know what I'm saying? You projected out this energy to say, I need this kind of partner. I want this kind of partner. I want this person. I got this feeling that you brought me to you. Look what your mind's imagination can do.
I believe all that stuff, bro.
I do.
I can't remember the name of the book. G. I can't remember the name of the book, but I was telling you about the book. I'm talking about the hierarchy of human expressions of frequencies, right? And fear was like number 3 or something like that. And let's say the hierarchy had maybe 20 slots or something like that. And let's say love, I can't even remember what number 1 was, but love was like 3 from the top or something. Fear might have been 3 from the bottom. And it talked about, the book talks about the frequency and how much it encapsulates the vast majority of people in that realm. So the bulk of it's a triangle, right? So just like any triangle, the base is wide. So the base of people, the bulk of people in the universe emanate at that 3 slot, at fear, right? And they said that
to emanate that love, if just one human being on the planet was emulating that pure love, that energy and that frequency that just that one person carries would affect like a 50, 60 mile radius.
I can believe that.
You know what I mean?
Problem is, those people, you know what they do? Bounce. They get away from all the rest of this stuff because it throws off their energy in such a terrible way that they can't really coexist with it. And so those are the people who like live alone in like the wilderness, like the rainforest or something like that.
I got to get away from you depressed people.
For real. People can't tap into that kind of love, and it's like people who can be like, nah, I don't want to be around that. You throwing off my vibes right now. You messing up my energy in this space right now. I can't really deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Those people who tapped into all 7 chakras and they got them all properly aligned, which is really, really hard to do. They be like, nah, I'm not around y'all like that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear what's going on Instagram.
Yeah, this energy is bad.
That's real.
I can't deal with it. I can't. Those are the people who unplug, who detach, who fall off the grid, because nothing else operates in pure love. Nothing else that we do on this planet is an operation of pure. We don't even love the planet. That would make sense to be the first thing that we love. You know what I'm saying? And so once we realize we don't even love the planet, then I know we ain't got love for nothing on it. This is where we live. This is our crib.
My cousin's talking about the typecast thing about P Valley. You ever seen that? What's that?
P Valley, yes.
Like
I think I've heard it. I think I've just heard.
What's
Yeah,
the
no, P
difference
Valley.
between a queer and a gay?
I don't know. Don't get me going. But that's the thing from Pink. It's the strip club show. It's a show about a strip club. The strip club is called Pink. It is run by this cross-dressing man. He's a cross-dressing woman.
Another topic. Okay.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what that show is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about a strip club, whatever. Strip club called Pink. And that actually
said that's why I block people. I thought I read that wrong the first time I did.
What you thought she said?
I thought she said that's why I block black people.
That would be terrible.
It goes back to the Gilly statement. Yeah. Right? It's like the hardest thing to do is wake up black and happy.
Yeah.
Think about that, G. Think about how
what a girl
if that frequency construct is real.
Yeah, that's the theme song.
Think about that. If that frequency construct is real, and you think about the level of depression that emanates in our community, and rightfully so, right? Because, before we go any further, man, let me say this. I got some really terrible news this morning.
Oh, no.
Right? One of my lifelong, grammar school partners who's been dealing with a terminal illness for some years now got told by the doctor today that he has X amount of time to live. You know what I mean? And I'm dealing with that all day today. Reached out to him a few times.
Sorry, my brother. That's terrible.
But I thought about that, man, and this grammar school partner, he's the exact same age as me. My sister died a week after her 40th birthday. And I've been thinking about that, and this is like a common theme in my life at this point. You know what I mean? Like, my father said this to me, young black boys specifically go through 2 midlife crises, one at 18 and one at 40. You know what I mean? When he told me that, I was probably 17, 18 years old. Mm-hmm. At the time, I thought he was insane. But at 45, looking back, I see how honest and real that really is.
Facts.
Right? Because you start to see the drop-off in people.
Facts.
Right? But now I look at life from a whole different perspective, and it kind of goes to the statement that Gilly made. It's like, man, the hardest thing to do is wake up black and happy. And I look at how depression is like blanketed. It's a blanketed idea in our community. Mm-hmm. Like it is it's rare to see somebody who's living in a full life, who's living happy, who wakes up with a smile on their face.
It's why we look at each other the way we do. It's why we roll our eyes the way we do. It's why we don't hold the door for the person that's 2 feet behind you. It's why we go off on each other in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Because you're walking around in a perpetual state of anger and depression, and the slightest thing will set you off. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why you see us spazzing on each other. That's why you see spazzing on children and stuff. Like we talking about, mothers and stuff going off on the children. And like we are constantly on edge. Anybody can get it. That's a moniker only in the black community. Anybody can get it. Yeah, because I'm on edge and I don't really care where this smoke go. Anybody can get this smoke right now. And we operate like that. It's a sickness, it's a condition that we got to deal with, man.
But it's part of the response of the American paradigm. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So even when you was talking about they coming for you when you are a seed. You know
right, exactly, from jump.
The game is to keep you in this perpetual state of everything negative.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it works.
Oh, brilliant.
You can see it. It emanates in how we deal with the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that enough should be disgusting enough to desire change.
We got to put on a mask every day. Just think about that piece. You know what I'm saying? We talk about like how white people just get to be. They just get to exist and just be who they are. And there's so much freedom and peace in just being able to be versus always having to put on this mask. Police behind me, let me put on a mask. Got to go to a job interview, let me put on a mask. Got to go in this certain establishment, let me put on a mask. Like, and I don't mean a COVID mask. I mean like a mask to not be who I authentically am. And that is a pressure that most people will never understand because that's not a burden that they have to bear. Meanwhile, we bear it every single day, and that has to weigh on you. It just does.
That's real.
Yeah, man. You can't move like that.
But it's real.
Not in health, you can't. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why you see us dropping off at 40 years old.
Exactly.
Days, right?
Exactly.
Again, too, we're interconnected at this point in a different kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So sad to hear about your partner, man. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. That's way too young to be
wild, man.
terminally ill like that.
It's got to be a wild experience for him to be dealing with.
Yeah, you know Screech just died?
From the Saved by the Bell?
From Saved by the Bell.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, but I saw it on my timeline that Screech died. I think he had cancer or something like that. You know, Ron?
Yeah, he had cancer. I think he was like 44, 45.
Yeah.
But what's natural causes look like in the black community? You understand? This truth.
Blackness is the natural cause.
When I got in trouble when I was in high school and I had to move to Iowa, like that's my first experience not living in Chicago. You know what I mean? And I had no desire to go to Iowa whatsoever.
Because who does?
That's true. But with my mind state and being around a bunch of white folks,
Right.
it really wasn't kind of my desire.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I hated it for every minute that I was
Never heard
there.
nobody say, man, let's take a trip to Iowa.
I hated it for every minute I was there, but as I got older, I also began to appreciate every minute that I was there because it gave me an opportunity to slow down in life. It like took weight off of me that I didn't realize was on me. You know what I mean? Like because you in the maze all the time, the maze becomes normalized. And when you get about it, the maze is like, wait a minute, we don't gotta do it like that. Wait, you know I could breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody said PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. But we can also go to just
Stress disorder.
Right. When we start thinking about life in Chicago, but before I was 40 years old, man, I knew 40 people that died at the hands of gun violence, which was normal to me, but it's not normal.
No, it's abnormal.
It's not.
It's
normal.
all get out.
It's not normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we think about how we navigate our communities and our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? I'm watching you. You know, I'm nervous here just like I'm nervous in this white community in Iowa. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch you with that same kind of keen security eye.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that whole life is on edge. So when you live in that whole life on edge, you start thinking about the level of stress that you internalize. How could you make it past 60? Black man died 65. That's just historically. We don't really get too much past his 65.
Yeah, that's real. That's why we was both super charged up when you just said that Uncle Walt turned 88 the other day.
That's crazy.
Charged up about it.
That's because it's rare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's rare.
No, that's a very, very real thing, man. That is a place where we are going to leave the conversation for today, man. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to tune in to yet another edition of I Said What I Said. As always, your input was extremely valuable. It was definitely appreciated. Thank y'all so much for continuing to be a part of this ever-growing family. Y'all are the absolute bomb. I count it an honor and a pleasure to be just one member of this family, man. So thank y'all so much for continuing to tune in, whether you tune in on Facebook, tune in on YouTube, come back and watch the show later, whatever it's going to be. We appreciate you all so very, very much for rocking with I Said What I Said. Y'all make sure y'all get up early in the morning for the Ruthie Moore Show. Show up for the opinions and thoughts of Ruthie Moore and Ruthie Moore only. Those other two people on the show.
Is some more people on the show?
I happen to see them sometimes. I never hear them make a thought that is coherent or like.
Sherman Hensley's on that show, isn't he?
I'm telling you, it's
the
just
guy that played George Jefferson.
Yes, too. Yes, love it. Keep
Shout out to Big Lavender, aka Sherman Hensley.
I thought you was talking about. You wasn't even talking about Todd. Hey, because I bet you Maze was laughing too, because he probably thought you were talking about Todd.
I just
didn't realize you
had to clear it up.
Y'all get up in the morning, hang out with Ruthie Moore. Then y'all stick around for the Book of Dawn with Hey TT.
Hey TT.
Hey TT.
I don't know where y'all get the hey part from. I always say what's up.
No, you
don't. You say
What's
hey
up,
TT.
It's what's up, TT?
Hey, you know these shows are still on the shit like we can listen to
go
them.
check it out. Listen, man, go back to the green door.
Okay. Now, tomorrow, we're going to start the show with you saying, hey, TT, no less than like 8 times. I'm going to go through all the shows. Listen to you say, hey, TT.
What's up? It's
going
to be, what's up, TT?
Okay.
Hey, TT.
Oh, my cousin's coming next week.
This man, too, got on a pink shirt and 2 puffballs in his hair.
You gonna let him talk to you like that?
Polo, baby.
I know you ain't gonna let Lil Ron pop off.
What are you talking about?
I know you ain't gonna let Lil Ron pop off.
You parted your hair perfectly, bro.
I'm very secure by masculinity.
He in there burning.
Why I can like this.
He in there burning from this
Be
weekend.
appreciated. I know.
He couldn't even.
First time touching some box.
He couldn't even pass
Got
the
some
thermometer
project
test
box
at the
behind
door
the-
when he walked into the
behind
studio.
behind
He in there
the
so hot.
Yeah.
Man, cool
The
out.
glass between him and the mask. Like, you deserve it.
You know what I'm saying? He in there hot as could be.
Hot boxing with Mike Tyson back there. I see
You feel me? In there hot as could be. But y'all make sure y'all stick around for the Book of Dawn. Then after that, do we ascend into Muwak Kill's world tomorrow? Yes, we do. We ascend into Muwak Kill's world tomorrow. Hang out with King. And then hang out with the brothers on the soil with the bigs.
You did.
Then we back here tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll be back here at 3 p.m. until
tomorrow? Wednesday, though, right?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
And then after us, just some other.
Oh, and then after us, that's right. Good call,
That's
too.
right, we can't do that.
That's right. After that, at 7 o'clock, stick around for In the Zone with Brian Foster, and then Week Ho Wednesday with Toy and Dude. With Toy and Dude.
So Dude
is Reach the
Dude
Room.
was in the comments today.
That's
He
all
said,
Dude in there.
Tune in to the best show on What's In It for the Black People Network. So I had to correct him.
It's all the drugs from the reconstructing of his anal cavity. That is throwing off his brain.
Okay. That's
Y'all hang out with us tomorrow, man. We got to go. It's been an absolute pleasure. We love y'all. For Lil Ron, for 2, my name is Herb. Until tomorrow, y'all be good to each other.
Salam
Peace.
WIFTBPM.
Yeah, tell them we want the interview too.